Alright, we are live. Alright, can y'all hear me? See, this thing's gonna play. Just gotta check. Okay, I can hear myself. Okay, that's good. Make this live. Gets pair shipped. Alright. Yeah, it's a Biodome paraboloid. Let's go, guys. See the volume here. How's the volume of me speaking? Everything's good. Can y'all hear me? Okay, Epic Timothy Sullivan's in the house. Alright, yeah, we have a whole bunch of stuff here, and yeah, let's see how many people we have. So I started changing up the setup. I put the little viewer count on the bottom left. Okay, audio's 5 times X, 5x, 5 times 5. It's 25. What in the world does that mean? Alright, so we are pretty much good. Let's see how many people we have. How do I like check the thingy? Should be a way to see how many people we have. I thought it's supposed to say somewhere. Let's see what it says here. Analytics, see if I refresh. Adverts, okay. Yeah, definitely, yeah, just watch ads, guys. Make sure you watch ads. We get a bunch of money. And see what happens. Alright, we have 5. I guess it's showing there. I'm just gonna see. Okay, everything's good. I think everything should be fine. And yeah, we have a bunch of stuff here. Let's close this. Thoughts on the red Heifers? Yeah, that was pretty interesting stuff. Yeah, definitely setting up for some end of times or World War III type setup. Like definitely think. Okay, we have 15 people there. Or we have 15. We are just taking over. 15 already. There is a number shown there. All right, and I think we should or should we wait till it hit 20 or it's pretty good. I think I started off with like 15 peak when I first started. Anyways, do you guys like the thumbnail? Pretty epic stuff. Let's just go through the stuff here. All right. So what I'm gonna do is, okay. So yeah. Also, the description is pretty epic. All right. So P Diddy was on the moon. Let's see. Let's see some stuff here. Okay. So I'm just gonna start going right now. 14 people, 16, I think. Anyways. So as always, go to MES links, guys. And let's click here. So you go to mes.fm/links and you see a bunch of links. So you see this and you can open them up and open up by category. Go to Livestream and then be a super fan. Oh, you're saying audio's a bit softer than usual? Is it softer, good or bad? Just tell me if it's good or bad. I can talk closer to the mic. I think it's talking to this. Let's check it here. Hello. Okay. Yeah. So it is talking to this one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test something. All right. Test. Yeah. So it is coming from the mic. Is a touch soft? What does that mean? Volume helps 911. So make it louder, or I don't know what softer means. I can make it gain higher. Okay. Hello. Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me, baby? All right. All right, methyl miners in the house. Let's go. Okay, so it's a bit softer. I don't know what soft means. Is it low or high? Because I'm not a soft person. And near the end of the video, actually, I'll go over, speaking of soft, what's his name? Tupac Shakur apparently had the softest hands and was a communist as a youth. So that was just in a ballet dancer. All right. Maybe just turn up your video audio. It's softer than usual. Yes, good. Audio's good. People saying it's good. It's loud enough. I don't know what that means though. Like, because I have it maxed. Everything's. I can make it even more. How about now? Is it even louder now? Is it even louder? Audio's good. Alan Hargis says audio's good. It's a bit better. So I'll test it out on this thing. See what's up. On my phone maybe. Yeah, I just want to make sure everything's good to go. Because 911 version that says stuff. He's on his game. All right, let's click how this looks. Okay, you guys hear mentioning dudes and yeah, the Havana one. I heard about that. On my phone, maybe. Yeah, it is a bit soft actually. Make sure everything's good to go. Okay, that's better. Okay, guys, I think it's fine. I just made it louder. I'll make it even louder, but that's interesting. I don't know why it would do that. We got a bunch of messages. Okay. Anyways, let's get into it. Okay, guys. Anyways, we'll go through these ones at the end. Also, Joe Rogan being a Satanist, etc. A lot of interesting stuff I didn't see before. All right, so as always, go to mes.fm/links. I'll put it here again. We'll start again. mes.fm/links. You see a bunch of links and stuff, and then also become a super fan, and pay me a bunch of money, $15 Canadian. It's about $2 American, and then you can do some of emojis. You can press a bunch of stuff here and do it. All right, let's go. It's 22 people now. Okay, we have a bunch of people already. Let's go. And then how do I unhide this? Okay, that's good. It sounds good. And also donate a bunch of cash money to your boy. Let's go. Here's MES.fm, so donate. Anyways, just housekeeping. Send me a bunch of cash, and you can click these emojis. Paul Loveless got a super fan, and you get a trophy too. Look at that. Epic stuff, guys. You guys just taking over the game. All right. The next setup. Also, there's the link to all the notes. The link to all the links and notes. Yeah, guys, become a super fan. I might create another one, be like a super duper fan. Pay like $1,000, and then you get sponsored. You get the, and also here's a link to all the notes. I have infinite. All the ones that I won't go over, I'll move it over to the next live stream or two. I'll just put it in here. Anything that we don't cover, I'll just move it over, and so on. See how it's going. And I organized it such that we'll have it basically similar topics will be in the same chunk, and then later on will be different ones. And then see what we get through. All right, so the next setup is, so live stream on Rumble at the same time. Okay, I need to figure this out. So if you know how to live stream on Rumble and this at the same time, because I was being asked to live stream on Rumble. So that'd be pretty interesting, getting on Rumble and YouTube, but it's pretty hard to do this all as a one-man show. All right, next one is, in the last live stream, no one mentioned my face wasn't showing in the live stream last week. So, and also double check for me at YT YouTube Analytics page if stream is showing properly. So basically, if you go to my last live stream, let's go to my blog here. So the last live stream, and then so this one with 9/11 revisionist. So my face is shown initially, and then he once he's presenting, then I just hide my face and made the thing. Then afterwards, my face is gone the whole time, and nobody told me. Well, the reason I didn't see it is when I look at this right here. So I use Prism. OBS has some issue there. OBS Studio. I removed it because I think I got hacked or something when I was doing my live stream. So when I click here, anytime I move something, for example, I move this. Let's say I move this over here. I need to press this little button here. Otherwise, now it moves. So if I forget to do that button, then it means it's gone the whole time. So even though this is the edit one, this is the live one. So anyways, so I'm using Prism. I had some issues with OBS. OBS got destroyed. But we'll see if I can do that maybe. All right. The sun moon are the same size, both plasma, only about 350 miles above our flat plane. All right, we got some when they cross. all right. We got some flat solar eclipse somehow. All right, and I'm going to close this setup here. Okay, so anyways, that was just a housekeeping stuff. Just let me know if anything's an issue, if I'm talking it as if something's happening, but it's not. You know, the issue is I'm like losing it. All right, next setup is, all right, number 4. So that's Life But Not As You Know It, live stream next Saturday, April 13th, and we'll see what the topic is, maybe predictive programming and so on. So check out his channel right here. Get a preview. There's a bunch of epic stuff here, and the editing is really well done and so on. And I got some of the deepfake stuff from him. All right. And then the next one here is 9/11 Visions discusses the 9/11 disinfo agent network on Saturday, April 27th. So 3 weeks from now, 9/11 Visions will be back on the show. And also another thing is MES possible presentation at Boston 9/11 Truth, if they let me in. All right, C's in the house. Hello. All right, and then next one is this Tuesday. I'm actually gonna do a live stream, April 9th, but it's gonna be on the Pixa project. I'll probably call it Pixa live stream 1 or something. This is that ICO project I'm somehow involved with for that NFT project. So the NFT project, we'll go over it. We'll have the creator there as well. And yeah, if you want to invest, ICO 50% off and so on. So throw a bunch of cash money at us. So we'll do that Tuesday at 11, probably 11 a.m. my time, so a bit earlier. All right, that's Life But Not As You Know It in the house. Looking forward to epic stuff. All right, so let's go. The next setup is MES Intellect. All right. I know another thing. You can copy and paste links in the search. When you go Telegram, let's see what I was written here. All right, here. So Angie has regular in the chat. She says, "What do you talk about at Sunday dinner with your family? Do they know you are in the presence of the most cutting-edge intellect for amassing this amazing evidence, making it accessible and palatable for us mere peons or whatever?" You're doing so much good. You're Brainiac. You're epic. Thanks, Angie. And also, yeah, thanks. You also did a PayPal donation last time. That was pretty epic. Thank you. So yes, the most cutting edge intellect. And yeah, so I do give lectures to my family about 9/11 and so on, whenever at random times. Anyways, Larry Lyons. Good afternoon, Rotary. Okay, everyone's in the house now. This is like everyone's getting ready for the end of the world with the solar eclipse. All right, so that is that. I'll move this here. It'll be opening stuff. Okay, so this is this one already. All right, I'm gonna go MES links, move it over here. All right, so Stephen F is in the house. Nice, another super fan. You guys become a super fan. I think I have 6 super fans, making bank. Okay, the next one. Okay, now we're gonna start talking about solar eclipse. So solar eclipse is April 8th. But what's interesting is my MES YouTube strike warning expires on April 9th. So solar eclipse is a new day. Even for me. So if you go to dashboard on my little thingy here, and then if you go violations, I've had a warning here. Expires April 9th. So solar eclipse is gonna reset my strikes, because YouTube before, when you had a strike, well, first they give a warning, but so you have a warning forever. But then if you do this little quiz thingy, you can take a policy training one, which will remove it a warning after 90 days. So I did this was January 10th. And before that, I was actually had a warning for like 4 years since they removed my, during COVID, they removed all my Pizzagate videos and gave me like a strike and warning and so on. And but then they started updating the thing where you take a quiz. In the quiz, they actually had questions about Pizzagate stuff. So that was pretty interesting. And also, this one here was during my live stream with Matthew Nas, actually. When I was just, before that, I was uploading his content onto my YouTube playlist, but some of them, like a 2009 presentation, one guy in a Q&A just mentioned something like H1N1 vaccine is a quote bioweapon, and then just because of that, the thing got deleted. But anyways, if YouTube's algorithm heard what I just said, remember the context. He said that, and I may not disagree, but still, he said. All right. Anyways, just because of the one little sentence in like a 2-hour video. You're making me hungry. Okay, better eat that meat while you're still allowed. All right, this whole eclipse thing is just another fear porn. Well, it's also it's also just entertainment. At the end of the day, a lot of people get a lot of views and so on. But yeah, definitely. But I think there's still definitely stuff to the eclipse, because a bunch of ritual stuff happens there. All right, so the next setup here: earthquakes preceding solar eclipse. Okay, it's gonna be a pretty funny one. Okay, so this guy right here. So apparently, new 7 earthquakes, including a magnitude 4.4 strike Northern California. This was yesterday, April 5th. And this guy says, I said we're doing warm-ups for the solar eclipse, Project Bluebeam, fake alien invasion now. Okay, so this is warm-up for the solar eclipse, Project Bluebeam, fake alien invasion. All right, that's gonna be pretty epic. Next setup is, all right, so let's go here. Midpoint of solar eclipse equals COVID vax. This is from the Donnie Darko, actually here. So this is from his 2022, so June 6, 2022. Yeah, so I was actually looking at the solar eclipse stuff for a while from his page. So he says, these are the 2 paths of the 2 great American eclipses. They are exactly 6 years, 6 months, 6 weeks, and 6 days between the dates of the 2 eclipses. 2017 was the last great American eclipse. And then 2024, and it's all, again, revolving around Trump's first year of presidency. Now you have this one here is about to become president this year. Somehow it's going to take over. And at the exact midpoint was the day that the first COVID vaccine was administered in the US. So there's the August 21, 2017. There's the April 8th, 2024. All right, it's Alaska magnetometer before the quake. Okay, interesting. Now the next one is December 14th. So this is exact midday. Between August 21, 2017 and April 8th, 2024, the exact midday is December 14th, 2020 was the midpoint between the eclipses, 1,211 days after the first and 1,211 days before the second one. On this day, the first COVID vaccine was administered. Biden was confirmed winner of the election, and there was also a total solar eclipse. All right, yeah, so that's on this day. So that's interesting. That's 2020. This is total solar eclipse. I think it wasn't. This is the Great American Eclipse, but there was one as well, but different parts, not in America. So let's go here. So Harold Electoral College to cast votes formalizing Biden win. This is December 14, 2020. The weapon that will end the war. Notice the weapon they used. So it's literally a weapon. It's a war weapon, bioweapon, and then you got the hacks. First coronavirus vaccine shots given outside trials in U.S. The small shots presented giant leaps in effort to beat back a pandemic that has infected more than 16 million and killed more than 300,000 nationwide. This Ben Gore or whatever. December 14, 2020. So Biden's elected or announced winner. And now you get this one right here. This is December 14, 2020 is the vaccines first administered, and it's called a weapon to end a war. All right. And then there was a solar eclipse also in December 14, 2020, a total one. But it was like, you could see it in like parts of South America, but mostly in the ocean. So it goes across. A total solar eclipse took place on Monday, December 14th, 2020, when the moon passed between Earth and the sun, therefore totally or partially obscuring the image of the sun or moon. So that's total. So that is quite epic. And now I just want to do a date test right here. So August 21, 2020. So you can do duration, dates between calculator, something like this. Okay, the earthquake in New York epicenter was at one of Trump's golf courses. Like that wasn't on purpose. Interesting. Date duration. Let's go to August 21. Whoops. August 21, 2017. And then month. This is going to be. This is April 8th, 2024. All right. This is. This is 241. 2422. So then if you go to instead, it will go to December 14, 2020 or 2021. I think it's 2021. Yeah. 1,500. Actually, what? Oh, 2022. Was it 2020 or what day was it? Oh yeah, it was 2020, not 2021. Yeah, 1211. Yeah, so exactly half. So this is actually pretty ridiculous. Okay, so the Donnie Darko's got some of the biggest connections there. Okay, that's pretty ridiculous. So this is some bunch of moon magic they're doing. It's kind of scary whether you like Trump or not. I don't want humans having this type of power. La Quinta, Columba. Well, the Vax one, yeah, the La Quinta ones are interesting. I think they're a bit pushing the nano object stuff, and also they're pushing flat Earth now too. So that's a little something there. And I have some posts on there. So La Quinta one, I'm very questionable about. La Quinta, I have some posts from way back. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure like I didn't like their stuff. So La Quinta, Colombo disinformation that pushed to graphene self-assembling nanoparticles in the vaccine are now but to unveil a new discovery, and of course they're pushing flat Earth. So analysis of vaccine trials, now they're doing a new one. The group, now they're also being promoted here. The group of scientists La Quinta Colombo will address the world public on Saturday and present evidence that the Earth is flat and stationary. After that, nothing will be the same. Like, what is going on here? So anyways, yeah, they had the graphene claims and stuff. I think a lot of that stuff it's like, it's a bit pushing it. It's a bit ridiculous, but it's also like, how are you gonna prove that? Give me some vaccine vials. Where do they get any of these vaccine vials? How do you get them? So that's the question. Like, how are you getting them? It's not easy to get. Also, this is June 15th, so the day after Trump's birthday. All right. Let's see the next setup there. I think I just want to see some more Donnie Darko stuff. Donnie Darko. Okay, and then the Great American Eclipse. Okay, let's see. I basically read this whole thread. This is pretty epic. Okay. Let's go see what he says here. So the point where the two paths of the Great American Eclipses meet, X marks the spot, is a place called Carumdale, Illinois. It is also known as Little Egypt. All right. The logo for Carbondale, yeah, not Carumba, Carbon. So Carbondale, Illinois. It is also known as, quote, Little Egypt. The logo for Carbondale shows the X or Great Cross with what appears to be the sun eclipse right in the middle. So the logo for Carbondale, let's see this. This is Carbondale. It's also known as Little Egypt. The city was developed in 1853. This is, and again, the cross section right in the center. And this is the logo. The logo literally looks like an eclipse there, or like the sun. And you literally have an X there, an Xbox logo. Okay. So right here, Grav, the city of Carbondale's website publisher. So Methyl Miner, Richard Hall's movie Brain Jabbed, he got a vial and checked himself. Yeah, that'd be interesting, yeah. I would have to look at that. But again, it's like one vial, even if you have one, then it's like... they're definitely doing something with the vax. I'm just saying, I gotta look into it a bit more. But like Richard Hall is a good source. The Colombo guys pushing flat Earth is a bit out there. Okay, that is true. Matt G is right. It's Earth is effed. All right, so that's Currumdale. This is the center, and that's where the eclipse is. Let's have a look actually right now. Currumdale, Illinois, and then just match it up with the stuff here. And also another thing is, remind me here, I want to remove these tabs to make it bigger showing. So I got to show only a new tab page. All right. So I go to maps. Okay, so this is the Currumdale right there. Yeah, it literally looks like it's the center there. So it's gonna be the center. Go to Donnie Darko. Okay, so Donnie Darko is right in the center somewhere over there. Anyways, also known Little Egypt. Okay, let's go to next one. I haven't read this in a while, in years, a couple of years actually. So note, if you're plugging the numbers in yourself to arrive at the correct results of 6 years, 6 months, 6 weeks, 6 days, you must add the first in the process like so, and uses time and date right here. So 8/21, and then you have to add them yourself. So if you add 6 years, 6 months, 6 weeks, 6 days, you literally get, and then you have to include the time. I think you have to include the date as well. Yeah, so it's going to be 6 months. Yeah, so added, you're going to get from Monday, August 21, 2017 to Tuesday, April 9, 2024. If the smaller units days are added first, you get this. Yeah, it depends on how the units. So you got units. You'll literally get April 8, 2024. So this is absolutely ridiculous. All right, so 6 months, 6 days, 6 years, 6. I think they approve delocalized solar eclipses disprove heliocentrism. What? Guys, it's literally like a giant sun ball, and then you have a little moon there. It's like, what I mean is the mainstream narrative is very simple and pretty straightforward. You can literally model it with your hands, and also a lot of other evidence point to it. All right, the next one is. Okay, so earthquakes. Yeah, so we went over that. I actually want to keep going over this Donnie Darko. This was pretty epic. Okay, and also remember when Donald Trump looked up at the first. I'm gonna just refresh. This is pretty epic. This is like absolutely epic thread. This is what Donnie Darko is getting like huge. So remember when Donald Trump looked up at the Great American Eclipse without any eclipse shades. The Great American Solar Eclipse entered over the 33rd state and exiting over the 33rd parallel. Trump looked up and watched it from the White House without any eclipses shade. All right. And exactly 2 years later, he looked up in the sky and proclaimed himself the chosen one. So on the second anniversary of the Great American Eclipse, 8/21, so August 21, 2019, Donald Trump made the proclamation, "I'm the chosen one," and went on the same day to tweet that he likened himself to the second coming of God and King Israel, which are all extreme blasphemies. Epic. Let's see this.
I am the chosen one.
Let's probably make it bigger.
I am the chosen one. China's made $500 billion. $500 billion. Ripped it out of the United States. And not only that, if you take a look, intellectual property theft, add that to it. And add a lot of other things to it. So somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it. So I'm taking on China. I'm taking on China on trade. And you know what? We're winning.
All right. There's gonna be so much winning. There's gonna be so much winning. You'll get tired of winning. All right. So that's pretty epic. On the anniversary of it, he says he's a chosen one. And also, yeah, he did tweet these. I did see this. Second coming of God and King of Israel. He did I think retweeted someone or tweeted a quote someone saying. Keep going. The Trump stuff is just like a fountain, never stops. On 10/15/2017, Donald Trump made a cryptic remark saying that the time represented the calm before the storm. When asked by a reporter what he meant, he said, "You'll find out," and winked his eye. Let's see this one. This was on 10/2017. Okay, let's see what he said.
Thank you very much, everybody.
From the Oval Office tonight, President Trump with a wink and a tease.
Thank you very much. You'll find out.
Revealing no new details about the meaning of this cryptic comment during a reception with military leaders and their spouses Thursday night.
You guys know what this represents?
Tell us, sir.
Maybe it's the calm before the storm.
What's the storm?
Could be the calm before the storm.
What storm, Mr. President?
You'll find out.
What's he talking about? The White House insisting President Trump never tips his hand.
We're never going to say in advance what the president's going to do.
It's unclear whether the president was just toying around, deflecting from the political storm engulfing his administration, or previewing some new action. Tonight, multiple U.S. officials telling NBC News President Trump will likely announce next week he won't certify Iran is complying with the nuclear deal, a move that could lead to new sanctions. His press secretary, unprompted, also bringing up North Korea.
We're continuing to put maximum economic and diplomatic pressure on countries like North Korea. We're going to continue to do that.
White House veterans warn words matter.
Those words that come out of the president's mouth have an impact all around the globe, and sometimes there are unintended consequences because of the words that are spoken.
Tonight, the former reality TV star turned president is leaving American allies and adversaries with a cliffhanger. Peter Alexander, NBC News, the White House.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for...
All right, so that's interesting. So that was 2017, and then this is all, again, I think it was alluding to COVID. Before this is all calm. After that is when everything accelerates like ridiculous. It started pity Trump is owned. America needs to wake up. Also, Stephen F. says, check out the bald knob cross of peace. It's a monument in the X eclipse. Okay, it's exactly 5565.56 nautical miles from there to the Pyramid of Kafir. And the line intersects CERN and Geneva. Wow. All right, can we all fire all politicians at the sun? And lawyers too, okay, for sure. Anyways, epic stuff. I'm just going to keep going in this. We have a whole bunch of stuff we got to get through if we can, otherwise move it to another one. Also, let's see this one. Donald Trump has cryptically spoken the quotes, snakes song multiple times to his followers at his rally. The final line that Trump heavily emphasized after the woman receives the vicious bite is, you knew damn well I was a snake before you let me in. All right, if you haven't seen that poem, it's pretty ridiculous. He keeps reading that. It's supposed to be about illegal immigrants, but it's actually about him. See here, when asked by political commentator Frank Luntz if he ever asked God for forgiveness, he coldly responds, that's a tough question. He goes on to say that he identifies as a Protestant, and then that his pastor was the late, great Vincent Peale, a 33-degree Freemason. Yeah, that is true. He's the one that pushed the positive thinking and create your, manifest your own reality and so on. And see, keep going. Is there any more Solar Eclipse stuff? Yeah, there's a bunch of him just doing nonsense. Sinister QAnon cult began in the dark depths of the web. Well, I think QAnon, it started and then I found it first when it was it took over Pizzagate, all the Pizzagate stuff. It started morphing it into once all the Pizzagates started getting censored, the ones that are starting to be able to push it, they're all just merging it with Q. Trump's gonna save us, stop human trafficking, etc. And then so this is the one that doesn't take down the satanic pedophile globalists and so on, and save America. And this is, so Trump himself tweeted this video on January 3rd, 2020, long after losing an election that has never since admitted the defeat. And this, again, is before the pandemic mumbo jumbo. And this 2020, this is pretty epic. And then he shows all these people saying, with Trump there. Actually, no, this is 2020. The person was wearing a mask. So what is that, January 2020? Yeah, so that's interesting. So I guess Hong Kong, they always wear a mask. Pretty ridiculous. I'll keep playing this video. Alright, yeah, pretty epic. But I think that the date's wrong. People were in masks. It's 2021 probably. I'll have to double check that. But another interesting is the art of the deal. Actually, I read the art of the deal. It's pretty interesting. So it's just about Trump saying how great he is. all right. And so if you remember, he has two major books. So Trump, the art of the deal, and then the art of the comeback. So in other words, it's literally like predictive programming. Like he knows the script. He's gonna win first, and then he's gonna come back, and so on. And he's got some crystal ball there, and there's a full moon there. That's interesting. All right, keep going further. Let's see here. On 4/29, Donald Trump proclaims himself the father of the vaccine. Yeah, that is true. And then under Trump's tenure as president, Operation Warp Speed was procured to usher in the coronavirus vaccines to the world. And on 5/15/2020, Trump likened his development project to the second Manhattan Project. So that's interesting. There's Saturn there as well. Okay, oh, Paul Lovell's has been in the 9/11 war room. I have to interrupt every stream to pray out loud. Oh, interesting. Well, the question is who they're praying to, because they're literally liars and disinfo agents. So they're praying to Lucifer for some guidance. Because that's the thing. Apparently, occultists believe there's like a dualistic God. You'll have the God the Father of the Bible, and then you'll have Satan as the bad, which they think is the good. So you gotta like blend them too, or some mumbo jumbo. Kickstarted New World Order in preparation for Jesus Christ and his army, the second coming. Will say will likely an alien threat. All right, so he keeps going on. But what's interesting is it was this that mural that has that piece, has that knife there with this death or whatever war, and then you have the coin that he was announcing. It looks like very same sword there, and this is the coin that I think that Israel. Like project or whatnot gave it for Donald Trump for bringing peace or something like that. for I think for naming Jerusalem the capital. And let's keep going on. He's got 666. And then this one here, if you haven't seen this, it's 2019, again before COVID. This is the parade in Italy, which has a ginormous ginormous parade of Donald Trump as an emperor. It featured rotating Trump, shifting eyes, and a moving clawed hand. The Trump statue had a flaming sword that read "Dazi Wasser," means your duties, and it has literally all-seeing eye there. And this was literally, if you haven't seen this, let's go to YouTube. This giant Trump parade. All right, see here, massive Emperor Trump floats over Italian. Let's see this one here. Like, this is ginormous. What is going on here? Alright, that's pretty ridiculous. Let's continue. This thread keeps going on and on. Alright, and also the hilt of the sword features all-seeing eye, and the triangle, an infamous Masonic symbol of Yahweh or Al with the Saturnian 8-pointed star. Lower down is crescent moon. Both depictions making the star and crescent as divinity. And there's the Trump doing these logos. But this one apparently is called this one right here. Apparently it's called like I think one term is the skull. The square and compass, like the Freemasonic square and compass. That could be. There's the compass on the top and the square at the bottom. Yeah. So Paul's calling Israel a genocidal regime. Well, I think the whole world's genocidal, but yeah. Definitely they're up in the ante, especially their recent one. I'll share a thing soon. I just want to finish if there's anything more here. None of the text was a great Masonic harbinger of the day of the storm. That is the end of the world. Yeah, that's one thing I firmly believe. The 9/11 was the big one to usher in whatever end or rebirth of whatever this world is. Donald Trump is closely woven into his mystery with many iconic films, making key homages to Donald Trump, who is the Antichrist. All right, let's keep going on and on. Trump is 88 code, or the Trump Tower's got the cube-like setup. All right, and then there's the Crowley 9/11 giant ritual and so on. You got the Twin Towers, and then there's the pentagon, or pentagram, the pentagon. You got the all-seeing eye in there. You got Crowley 7/7 magic mumbo jumbo. Ghost. All right, he keeps going on and on, and there's him with Epstein, and then also another thing is he was in the army, the New York Military Academy. There's him right there. And there's that movie, I think it's The Omen. The movie The Omen. I'll show that soon. And then this other guy. Okay, this is a radical QAnon path to Trump whiteboard. Anyways, this keeps going on and on. All right, let's see here. Okay, and I'm just going through here. I haven't reviewed it in a while, so a lot of it's going to be haphazard. But this is pretty epic. So again, like as I said before, this is researching on the go. So this one right here, infamous occultist in which Marina Abramovich has stated that Donald Trump is the magician who will wake us all up and bring about an awakening of some kind. All right.
I chose to share with you one really. I chose to share with you one really funny opinion. But there is in Lapland there is a group of the shamans there who do something called collective dreaming. They will go together in seclusion and do the rituals with eating very little food and being in a solitude for a long time, and they will go and dream the dreams. And the dream have to be collective, same dream. So coming out of this dream, once the shaman told me that actually the best thing happened in this planet right now is the Trump to be the president. I said, how is this possible? It's the best thing to happen. He said, yes, because he's so irrational, he's so crazy. That's actually create that awakening, that we finally wake up. Because before it will be another guy and everything looks similar. But he's so different than anything else. So he's the magician who waking us up. What do you think about that? That kind of theory.
All right, so Trump's the magician who's waking us up. And speaking of Marina, I was going to show this later, but Marina... This is actually that Casimir guy that messed me a lot about the Scott Meyer stuff. He knows the person that took this photo, and it's near his hometown. So is that the Marina Abramovich's grocery shopping? Apparently she's a local at Malden Bridge, New York State, probably preparing for a spear cooking dinner. So there's Marina grocery shopping. She's picking up all the all the parts, all the stuff she needs for the spear cooking dinner. All right. So Marina is a regular on my Marina. If you ever want a deep dive, I have a whole bunch of posts about Marina in here. For example, so right here, it's the spear cooking queen. Where's this? Oh yes, right here. So Zelensky, the Ukrainian president, asked Marina Abramovich to be ambassador for Ukraine. All right. All right, and here, let's see some other stuff here. It's spirit cook. Oh yeah, it was spirit cooking queen's birthday. Oh, this is November 30th. All right, in 1946. So she's born Trump's year. All right, so that's pretty epic. Let's continue. More of the Donnie Darko just doesn't stop. He just
to share with you one.
He's on a mission. Okay, so the reference Great Awakening is representing the mass spiritual conversion of the world's population to the trust, worship, and adoration of Donald Trump as Antichrist scripture. All right, so we got this gold stuff. Person of the year, Time. President of the divided states of America, and now you got the horn. That's an interesting one. Looks like the light there, but it's got the horns there. There's symbolism is everywhere. So you got Donald Trump doing the what every man needs to know. This was in way back, like before he's running for president. And let's see here, the resurrection ascension of Donald Trump. All right, this was a Razor magazine. And he's got looks like this. He's got the Freemasonic stuff. Marina links awesome. Yeah, Marina's epic stuff here. So there's Trump there, but and I think there's Trump as a twin too, apparently. So anyways, and then Devil's Advocate was filmed in Trump's 66th floor penthouse, right there. So there's Devil's Advocate, and Donald Trump was born under a total lunar eclipse, June 14 and June 46. There's that it's supposed to be Mary photo, but looks a bit dark there, and there's the moon there, and there's Donald Trump. And there's that, this is the Bank of Montreal paintings. If you mirror them, you got literally two Donald Trumps being initiated into this lunar eclipse mumbo jumbo. Into the Freemasonic world order. Paul's all theater. Oh, what's theater? Well, people are dying, yeah, so I don't know what he's saying. Or no, people, yeah, real people are dying. Like, if I'm Israel and I know someone that knows, like, I actually spoke to someone that actually knows, I think, like, a few of his friends that were in Israel, in the Israel army that actually died. And also some people of his friends that were in the concert that Hamas actually attacked. So what I mean is, people are actually dying, and obviously, yeah, and Hamas, yeah, is getting like literally butchered right now. Yeah, everything's fake, yeah, but the thing is, there's like the people that they're like using it pawns. Like let's say you have a bunch of kings and queens, and you have a pawn. The pawns are dying, yeah, but the pawns are the ones killing each other. But they don't realize that it's fake in the sense that the puppet masters are literally working together. All right, keep going. So another thing is Trump's the matriarch. I think it was his grandma. You know, this is his mom maybe, or grandma or mom. Elizabeth, her middle name is Christ, and she died on June 6, 1966, or in other words, 6666, etc. Her parents were Philip Christ and Anna Maria Christ. And so the word Christ literally descends like, yeah, Trump has like many, a giant tree of people named Christ. And see some more stuff here. Okay, this stuff just never stops. Not your letter G. Okay, so there's Frederick Christ Strong. Yeah, then there's Marianne. Yeah, so his dad's middle name is Christ. All right, so this is getting ridiculous. Yeah, and also yes, so you have Christ, and then his mom's name is Mary. So Mary, Christ. He's got everything in there, and this just keeps going on and on. And also another part is interesting is when he was born, the sun was in between the horns of Taurus, and the horns of Taurus is used in a lot of like Egyptian and other stuff. So you have the horn. This is symbolizing Taurus, the sun being in that constellation. So you have the horns and there's the sun. You got the sun right here. You got some horn-like stuff there. And also that eye of Sauron or whatever has the horns. There's the eye or the sun. And there's Trump. What kind of photo is this? All right. Just keep going on and on. All right, this thing never stops. All right, so this will. I'll say this for. Okay, I'll put this right here. And also, there's this one here saying that there's actually 2 Trumps. Okay, but I'll play this right here quickly. Whoops, I gotta end this. Turn off. Let's go.
Yeah. The one time Trump lost, he said it was rigged. The few weeks ago.
First, there's 2 Trumps.
Okay.
The one in the red tie is the real one. The one in the blue tie is not. The one you saw last night after the victory was the blue tie. Now, if you would punch up Dr. Carson, Ben Carson, when Trump called him a pedophile, and the next day he joined Trump.
Wait, Carson, you have to admit, Trump calling him a child molester did work. What?
And the guy asked him, see, every now and then you slip and say so. He said, why'd you do that? He said, there's 2 Trumps. I was with the good one. You see it there. Just punch up. When somebody interviewed him, he said, there's 2 Donald Trumps. That's easy to.
All right, so this guy was a comedian and he died a bit after that. But anyways, I'm gonna put this right here. I'm gonna do like a Trump a deep dive later. So this is epic Trump thread. Okay, and I'll just scroll through the next. Yeah, I don't wanna. We've already been 42 minutes in and we're just looking at Trump stuff. Because it keeps going on and there's a whole bunch of twin Trumps predictive programming, even from CNN, from Bill Maher, and Simpsons, etc. They're all talking about twin Trumps. And even this guy's saying there's 2 Trumps. Even Time Magazine has 2 Trumps, and so on. There's Trump there, Donnie Darko. All right, this guy. This is one of the most epic threads ever. It just keeps going and going. And also, there are precisely 6 weeks between Adolf Hitler's birthday and Donald Trump's inauguration day. These guys just adding up everything. All right. Anyways, I'm just gonna. Okay, that was the end of and there's also Trump holding the Bible upside down here when he was in front of the church there. On purpose, like an upside down cross or downward pointing pentagram, the bookmarks should come out of the bottom. Yeah, so that's the bottom there. And after it's vandalized. Anyways, this is MAGA country, guys. All right, so we went over way too much of the Trump stuff, but the thing is, that's why I did the Trump video. It's like once you start the rabbit hole, you can't stop. All right, the next one here. Okay, so April 8th, Solar Eclipse, Crowley. I think I'll spend a bit more time. I'll try to make it 1 hour total. See, let's just have a look at the stuff. 50 people. Right when I mentioned Trump, people just start showing up. It's epic stuff. So let's see the time right here. Keep going here. I think we've covered 42 minutes. So I think by the time it hits 1 hour, I'll shift to the next topic. So we'll just focus on the. I'll make the chat bigger. All right, the chat's pretty good. So I'll focus on the solar eclipse stuff, and then we'll get to the next one's gonna be the 9/11 plane stuff, which is pretty ridiculous. That I've been covering. All right. How do I find it? I gotta search through here. Whoops. All right. Okay. So 9/11. This one sent to me by. This is sent to me by 9/11 originally. So slowly at CERN in Geneva, the large. This is the Large Hadron Collider, particle accelerator. I'll just open it like this. Yeah, particle accelerator is coming out of its regular hibernation again. Progress can be followed live on the CERN webpage. Last week, for the first time since the annual winter shutdown, a first beam of protons briefly went around the accelerator's 27-kilometer circle at full 6.8 televolts, or I think that's what it's called. The first collisions of proton beams are expected on April 8th, the solar eclipse, when all the tests and fine-tuning of the machine are over. Then the large CERN experiments involving colliding protons can resume their measurement program. And also, this is the Aleister Crowley book. So I was is the name given to a voice that English occultist and ceremonial sermon. It's real magic, real black magic magician Aleister Crowley reported to have heard on April 8th, the first day he heard of this weird ghost-like figure. It was alien-like figure is on April 8th, and Crowley reported that his voice, which he considered originated with a non-corporeal being, dictated a text known as the Book of the Law. etc. So it's again April 8th. It's a solar eclipse. It's a 120th anniversary of that his fake prophecy. Oh yeah, tetra electron volts. All right, thanks for that, Paul. Paul's on his A game. And then the thing they're doing an anniversary right there. Crowley, April 8th solar eclipse. Let's see what it brings up here. There should be some news stories on there. Oh, okay, so the first thing that shows up is Crowley Town. Information about the Alistair. Let's go to Alistair. Alistair Crowley. Alright. Alistair Crowley. Alistair Crowley is all on TikTok. Okay, will the Large Hadron Collider summon a demon during the solar eclipse? See if Alistair Crowley is going to show up. Alistair Crowley is somehow involved. In case you're unfamiliar, Alistair Crowley was an occultist and philosopher and magician working in the early half of the 20th century. On April 8, 1904, he claimed to have heard a voice of a mysterious entity named I Was, which he identified as a satanic, although Crowley's definition of Satan was slightly different to ours, etc. And he looked like this. All right. Anyway, so this is the this is the demon's that's gonna pop up. CERN logo is definitely not a blatant 666. CERN logo. Oh, another thing, speaking about that, I think I put it here, WEF. No, it's over here. WEF. Yeah, so WEF logo is 666 and solar eclipse. Let's go WEF logo. Okay, yeah, so this is an interesting one. So there's the 666, so you'll have... Yeah, you have the circle here, 6, and then 6, and then 6, but it's also a solar eclipse. This it looks like that. Yeah, this is like the moon going behind the sun or something. I think it's a solar eclipse, or a lunar eclipse or whatever. This would be a sun, this would be a moon moving around, or I think I read it wrong. But anyways, that's for another day. I had it there in one of the videos. Let's see the next setup here, midpoint. Okay, we covered this. Okay, so we covered the Crowley stuff. Okay, the Crowley we covered. The next one is rockets into solar eclipse. So nothing is here, just Forbes reporting on how NASA is firing 3 rockets into the eclipse, named after a serpent deity to measure electrical and magnetic fields. It happens on 1533, right before the eclipse itself at 1633, so just 1 hour before. Talk about the Prince of Power of the Air mentioned in Ephesians 2:2. So why NASA will fire 3 rockets at the solar eclipse, alright? Picture taken, this is a picture January 04, as the solar eclipse is happening there. And it's called the spirit deity, the serpent deity, the snake. So the space agency's project atmospheric perturbations around the eclipse path will investigate how that drop in sunlight and temperature affects Earth's upper atmosphere. APEP is named after the serpent deity from ancient Egyptian mythology, nemesis of the sun deity Ra, according to NASA. And the point of APEP is to look for perturbations, changes in Earth's atmosphere during the eclipse, with 4 small scientific experiments measuring changes in electrical and magnetic fields and so on. So here, NASA suborbital rockets won't launch into totality. Instead, they'll go from Wallops Flight Facility in Wallops Island, Virginia, from 81% of the sun will be blocked to the moon, or yeah, where 81 that moment will be then, and so on. It's interesting. All right, so we got NASA's firing rockets to the moon. And also, so Devil Comet April 8th, I'll search this stuff up. There's links a bunch of info there. But I think we'll have 11 minutes, and then we might get back to it later. Let's see, so Devil Comet is also supposed to be a comet coming on April 8th. Devil Comet April 8th. Yeah, so right here. So we had the serpent deity that NASA's firing rockets in that project, it's called. And now we have the solar eclipse and a horned Devil Comet. 2 good reasons to look up at it. So, where's the horned... Okay, as if a solar eclipse weren't enough, observers on April 8th may also get a glimpse of a rare horned celestial show, a dazzling bright comet with a scary name, and a comet designated 12P, whatever. Got the much more interesting name Devil Comet when it had an outburst of large ejection of dust and gases in July. So last year they called Devil Comet, a horned Devil Comet. Now you have this right here. Alright, so now we have appearance of the Devil Comet. And it's going to be appearing, it's going to look like this. So it has a horn like that, they're calling it devil. Appearance of horns. Alright, this is like virology. It's got a little thingy there, called something. Alright, so anyways, it's going over, yeah, so on April 8th, where to look for the Devil Comet on April 8th. Alright, so this is going to be solar eclipse. It's going to look something like that. Interesting. This is a good article, actually. April 8th, Devil comment. Let's put this here. And remind me to update this, otherwise I'll lose all this stuff. Okay, search Neil deGrasse Tyson in pear-shaped Earth. Yeah, he's a deep state shill in my opinion. Yeah, well, yeah, but he also understands basic, like, just basic physics. So we have it here, pear-shaped, I think, pear. Okay, where's the pear-shaped? Okay, he's a pear-earther.
So you spin, when you spin pizza dough, it kind of flattens out. It gets wider in the middle. So Earth, throughout its life, even when it formed, it was spinning. And it got a little wider at the equator than it does at the poles. So it's not actually a sphere. It's oblate. And officially it's an oblate spheroid. That's what we call it. But not only that, it's slightly wider below the equator than above the equator.
A little chubbier.
A little chubbier.
Yeah.
Chubby's a good word. It's like pear-shaped.
Yeah.
So, it turns out the pear-shapedness is bigger than the height of Mount Everest above sea level.
How much higher is the tall mountain that you identify in this book, which name I forget?
All right. Neil deGrasse is just dropping some. So there's the Earth, guys. Anyways, this is a real NASA footage, guys. If you don't believe this, you're a you're a science denier. It'd be pretty cool going on top of this. This is where Antarctica is, guys. That's why you're not allowed to go to Antarctica, is because it's on top of this leaf. Alright, anyways. Okay, we have 50 people here. NASA logo, definitely not a snake tongue either. You know, that definitely is. NASA is, also it's an anagram of Satan, NASA. It's without the T. NASA logo is literally a snake's tongue. Yeah, but the thing is, you got Freemasonic stuff everywhere. That doesn't mean things don't exist. Yeah, definitely a snake's tongue, and it's Satan or NASA. Continuing further. Alright, let's go back on track. What was the next setup here? April. Okay, these are solar eclipse info, and then there's Smart Everyday Science on solar eclipse. That's pretty interesting stuff. Let's see what we should. Oh, yeah, there's the boycott one. All right, so this was a video from.
Hey, internet friends, what's
really graceful going over a lot of these coincidences, and then someone right here says boycott the eclipse. The eclipse. Yes, let's boycott this, guys. Enough of this eclipse mumbo jumbo. deGrasse Tyson preaching global warming string theory. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they'll push some stuff that's real, like Earth is round, and then they go off the wild side saying about strings and mumbo jumbo instead of talking about the real thing, the ether. Ether will probably explain string theory too. Well, basically 9/11 explains it. Yeah, 9/11 anti-gravity stuff. And Jared pairs. Okay, so chasing the eclipse with a jet. I haven't seen this video. Okay, solar. So apparently there's a solar eclipse during. I'm gonna go to this prophecy. I'm gonna start closing some stuff and then opening some stuff just so we're on this right track. I'm gonna close everything to the right. All right, and now so we have some cleaner stuff here. Let's just check right here quickly. 52 people. All right, I think we had a peak at 52 maybe. Now we're heading just casually going over the 50s. That's epic stuff, guys. Let's take over the game. Oh, Joanny Roten, hi y'all. Let's go. All right, and the next setup is Devil Horn. Okay, so I'm gonna open some stuff. So some stuff I didn't have time to look at this. I was just getting busy. Okay, so boycott eclipse. We went over that prophecy. Let's see what this was. Okay, there's solar eclipse during the crucifixion, chasing the eclipse with a jet, and once in a century, and then we'll go to the AI deepfakes. Okay, this will be good. And then 6 minutes in, we'll go start swapping over to other topics. Okay, now enough of this moon stuff. Everyone is excited about the eclipse until they heard this prophecy. Okay, what is this one? I haven't had a chance to look at it.
This is bonkers because billions of bugs are going to emerge out of the ground on April the 8th.
Well, get ready, Chicago.
We're not talking about the eclipse. 2 broods of cicadas.
Cicadas. We're set to see billions, possibly even more cicadas this spring.
What makes this rather unusual is that
both broods are emerging during the same year.
We used to call them locusts.
It has just been revealed that during America's much anticipated eclipse, something else incredible is about to happen. Billions and billions of cicadas are going to burst out of the earth after being dormant for over 13 years. But listen to me, this event has not happened for over 200 years. But there is another event that has got the entire internet talking, and it's also going to happen on the 8th of April. But personally, I'm not so sure what I make of it. There are 3 big theories surrounding the solar eclipse, which will go across 13 states, and it will last for 4.5 minutes. And all of this will happen in a matter of days on April the 8th. Now, as usual, as I share these theories, just know that I am not endorsing them in any way just yet. I'm just sharing the information, and a bit later
Sorry guys, okay, sorry, I had to, things a bit off. Okay, I pressed the mute just so when I play the video, I tried to mute it so that it sounds better. But anyways, so that's pretty epic. And I'm looking up at the cicada stuff. I didn't hear about the cicada stuff. So, the earth will feast on dead cicadas, guys. Yes, alright, thanks y'all. So, yeah, alright, sorry about that. Yeah, so I put it mute when I play video sometimes if it's a long video. But then the guy was just dragging on with that theory stuff. Just tell me the stuff. When are we eating bugs? Anyways, so this is pretty interesting. I didn't hear about this. So this is pushing for the April 8th. This is going to be like a great reset, etc. And literally pushing, get used to eating dead bugs. 4.5 minutes to be covered in bugs. No thanks. Alright, yeah, they're coming up. And let's see some other stuff. Okay, so they're actually going to be arising. This guy, let's see what else he had saying.
you hear the weatherman making predictions 2 months in advance. Oh, and by the way, just like I said in my Book of Enoch video, it is my plan very soon to cover this topic of these Goliath-like beings. So if that's a video you don't want to miss, make sure you when it says the sun will be put out by the Lord God, it won't just be seen in America, but it will be seen across the entire world. So again, that is why I would be very, very skeptical for us to say, let's wait for the Lord Jesus Christ to turn up on April the 8th. But I can hear what some of you are saying. Many preachers aren't saying, no, Jesus is going to return. They're just saying, yes, this could be the beginning of many end-time events. And now I really don't want...
Alright, anyways, let's fast forward to this. Let's see if this person says it. Some stuff. So, a Bible scholar points to eclipses during Jonah's and Christ's crucifixion.
I am excited. I am.
It can be a spectacle like no other.
We're all in. Yeah, should be a great day.
And right now, it's all the buzz.
We're going to make a day of it. Maybe the weekend.
Eclipse mania is sweeping the nation.
It's pretty dramatic. A total solar eclipse is a very unique event because the moon, by a strange coincidence, happens to be exactly the same apparent size in our sky as the sun. Of course, the moon's much smaller than the sun, but it's also a lot closer, and it's just at precisely the right distance that it blocks out the sun while leaving the area immediately around the sun, which means that we get to see the solar atmosphere called the corona.
5 major U.S. cities will be in the path of totality. That's the 115-mile-wide track falling under the moon's central shadow.
Not only, of course, does it get dark because the body of the sun is no longer visible, and even noticeably colder, but we have this remarkable display, and it's often said that animals like birds will be fooled into thinking that night has fallen quite quickly.
Different tone in ancient times.
The ancient people saw celestial phenomenon as omens.
Using a dating system that intersects NASA data with the ancient Assyrian calendar, Associates for Bible Research say it shows an eclipse passed over Nineveh in mid-8th century BC. That event was preceded and followed by a series of natural disasters.
And lo and behold, what does the Bible show us? Immediately after this, a renegade prophet named Jonah shows up, and he's preaching repentance at a time when they would be open to it that normally they wouldn't because of the omen.
Stripling says the same dating method shows a celestial spectacle happening in 33 AD on April the 3rd. Approximately the same time, the Gospels record the earth turning dark the day of Jesus' crucifixion.
Picture this. As the stone is rolling to seal the tomb, on the horizon, the moon is beginning to appear, and guess what? It's a lunar eclipse. Listen, ancient people would have been powerfully impacted by this.
However you feel the impact from this event, countless people worldwide will have an eye to the sky April 8 to see something that has been drawing awe since time began.
Well, that's pretty interesting stuff. Yeah, that's Life says it's a bit of a millennium bug feeling. Yeah, definitely. I think everything. Again, you have to also make it relative to 9/11, for example. Free energy and like government murder of everybody. So it's gonna pale into comparison, but nonetheless pretty interesting. Just to see how it ties into it. All right, so that was that stuff. I think we're almost done the eclipse stuff. I'm gonna close this one. And let's see, June 30th. See this one here. So they have a jet now following the eclipse. And they're going to go follow it the entire direction. I think it's trying to be the longest solar eclipse ever.
Concorde, flying over Africa on a flight like no other. The sun, which was happens. As the moon moves, the shadow also moves across the Earth's surface, meaning that any point along the path will only experience a few minutes of complete darkness. For the 1973 eclipse, the shadow was set to begin at the edge of South America and work its way over to Africa, where the totality would be at its fullest. It would be moving over the ground at around 2,200 kilometers per hour, slightly faster than Concorde's top speed. Pierre and his team had to figure out how to stay in the moon's shadow for as long as possible before it eventually overtook them. But during the planning stages, word got out about the mission thanks to a data breach. Northern Edge. This would give them up to 80 minutes in the shadow without hazard. But the path of the shadow wasn't straight and instead followed a large curve. This would make science observations from inside Concorde very difficult if it had to constantly make turns. And so Pierre and his team came up with a straight line path that would touch the northern edge of the shadow, cut across to its southern edge, and end at its northern edge. This would give them up to 80 minutes in the shadow without having to make a single turn. Since the shadow would be traveling a little bit faster than Concorde, it would eventually outrun it, and so the team had to meet the shadow at a precise point on the shadow's leading edge. If they were to arrive more than 15 seconds late or a kilometer off, they would fall out of the shadow much sooner, and their time in totality would be drastically reduced. But arriving at the intercept point so precisely, with all the variables of weather, would be a huge challenge. Luckily, André Turcotte was...
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. They're going to be chasing that shadow there. And also, Rotary Motion says Concorde grows 8 inches in length. 8 inches in length at full speed. Interesting. No Diddy, if you've heard of that Diddy stuff. Oh, Pam with the first donation here, guys. Let's go. The super chat. I've seen eclipses since inwards. A child since a toilet paper scare. Everything has turned into a stare. Yeah, definitely. For sure. Especially now with like social media and everything's pumping after COVID. Everyone's digital. And it's like, you got to make everyone on demand swap up and do whatever. But nonetheless, pretty interesting stuff. Anyways, last one here. How solar eclipses work. And like, I haven't seen this one here, but it's supposed to be... the Concorde and I got something in common. All right. So solar eclipses work and why this one is once in a century. All right, let's see what the difference is here. This one.
Wondered why the sun, in all its radiant glory, suddenly disappears, plunging the world into a fleeting moment of daytime darkness. Welcome to the fascinating world of solar eclipses, a cosmic ballet of the sun, moon, and earth. Solar eclipses, in their simplest form, occur when the moon, on its journey around the earth, comes between the sun and us, casting a shadow on our planet. But it's not just about celestial bodies playing hide and seek. There's a bit more nuance to it. Firstly, we have to remember that orbits are not perfect circles but ellipses. So, the distance between the moon and the earth or the sun and the earth changes throughout the year. This is where the term syzygy comes in, a term that sounds like a high score in Scrabble, but actually refers to the alignment of 3 celestial bodies. For a solar eclipse to occur, we need a perfect syzygy of the sun, moon, and earth. with the moon in the middle. But even with this alignment, not all solar eclipses are created equal. A total solar eclipse, the most dramatic of them all, happens when the moon completely obscures the sun, leaving only the sun's outer atmosphere, or corona, visible. This is due to the moon being close enough to the Earth to appear the same size as the sun. Sometimes the moon is further away, making it appear smaller. This leads to an annular eclipse, where the sun peeks out as a bright ring around the moon. Then there are partial eclipses, where the sun, moon, and Earth are not perfectly aligned, and the moon only partially obscures the sun. Now, you might be wondering, if the moon orbits the Earth every month, why don't we see a solar eclipse every month? That's because the moon's orbit is tilted about 5 degrees relative to the Earth's orbit around the sun. Most of the time, the moon's shadow misses the Earth entirely, or only grazes it, resulting in no eclipse or a partial one. So, a perfect alignment of these celestial bodies is a rare event. But what makes the upcoming solar eclipse even more unique? Well, it's a hybrid solar eclipse, a rare kind that shifts between a total and an annular eclipse. During this event, some parts of the world will witness a total solar eclipse, while others will see an annular one. This particular hybrid eclipse is even more special because of its duration. Most solar eclipses last for a few minutes, but this one will last for more than 6 minutes in some locations. A spectacle that hasn't been seen in over a century. So, to sum it up, solar eclipses are a cosmic dance that requires perfect timing and alignment. They're not just a chance to witness a celestial spectacle, but also a reminder of our place in the universe. The upcoming hybrid solar eclipse, with its unusually long duration, is a once-in-a-century event, a testament to the ever-changing dynamics of our solar system. So, the next time you look up at the sky and see the sun disappear, remember the incredible cosmic ballet that makes it possible. And if you're lucky enough to witness the upcoming solar eclipse, remember, you're not just watching an eclipse, you're witnessing a moment in history.
Alright, there's epic music and epic talking over just a random ball doing stuff. Alright, pretty epic stuff. According to scripture, Jesus was 30 when he died, and seemingly between 30 and 33. Yeah, definitely. A lot of 33 stuff going on. Okay, so that was that, and then I got some messages from 9/11 revisionist. Let's see here. Alright, and yeah, so the CERN one is the one that's a solar eclipse. The CERN logo is a 666. You got a 6, and then you got a 6 right here, and then you have a like backwards one, but it's also a solar eclipse logo. That so I got the thing mixed up. So I go back here. Not the WEF. The CERN. CERN logo is the eclipse, and it's firing stuff on the eclipse day. So that's epic. And then we got some other stuff from now the revisionist. So your Americans had a okay. So we got here. So we received this right here. We've determined your post violated our terms against hateful conduct on Twitter. Things on Twitter. It says you may not promote violence against, threaten or harass other people based on their race, ethnicity, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity, religious affiliation, age, disability, or serious disease. And you can tell this is Twitter because YouTube includes victims of violent events. All right. Now the revisionist right here it says Alex Jones. You Americans had a tranny as a first lady for how long? All right. And then clearly not the same person. All right. So we have Joe Biden turning to Joe Biden. All right. Interesting stuff. So that's pretty epic stuff there. All right. And let's go to the next. Okay, so we're done. Enough of the clip stuff. Actually, before we end the clip stuff, oh yeah, I didn't mention about this. It's the thumbnail. You guys like the thumbnail? I've like the thumbnail game's next level. And this one right here is me when I was dressing up like Kanye. Let's go to Kanye West right here. So here's going as Kanye. So here, going as Kanye today. This is a photo of actual Kanye West right there. Alright, Love Jared's got a magnetic one hanging off my station. Epic stuff. Every year we have a crisis generation warfare. MES, are you going to do any gyro experiments with the Eclipse? Oh, interesting. I may actually try something. I was not planning, but I will be doing some magnet experiments. If you like my last magnet experiment, that's pretty epic. The Faraday's Paradox. Alright, so enough of this stuff. Enough of the solar eclipse, guys. Now we're going to go AI and deepfakes. So this is AI and deepfakes. Actually, I'll just do this. So I can copy and paste this directly into the search. All right. So this is generated with AI. So this is a real person that she basically does like these videos, and you can pay to have her appearance and voice, but then this AI generates whatever you want it to say.
So let me get this straight. You guys are telling me that when you're out of the house for hours, you're comfortable walking around with all that stanky body odor that's been building up on you all day? What's even crazier is that some of you are applying deodorant on top of that odor, which is honestly probably making it worse. Let me tell you what I do. It's a little hygiene hack. My friend told me about these cloths from Get Dirty.
So it's pretty good, but her eyes just a bit, it opens up a bit. But yeah, that's an AI one. And another thing I wanted to point out was, so AI deepfakes. Yeah, so soon you're gonna fake, like everyone can fake everyone, and they're gonna push that to prevent people from faking. They're gonna have either put it on like the internet, make it on the blockchain, so everything's tracked, so you know who made the video. So and then if you can prove it's a deepfake, you can they may also change the laws as well, so it includes deepfakes as a criminal offense if you're using it to fake someone's identity and so on, and also have IDs for everything. So imagine your face having a digital ID, and you'll know if it's real or not based on that ID that is being used. Anyways, so that's the next setup. Okay, so Kate Middleton blinking very fast. This one I got it from That's Life Is Not As You Know It. I went over this last live stream, but we'll show this again. We've got to put it here. All right, a deepfake alert. So this one here, the average human blinking rate is 15 to 20 times per minute. Kate Middleton in her video blinks much faster. So average is 15 to 20. She blinks at a once per second.
I wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you personally for all the wonderful messages of support and for your understanding whilst I've been recovering from surgery. It has been an incredibly tough couple of months for our entire family, but I've had a fantastic medical team who have taken great care of me, for which I'm so grateful. In January, I underwent major abdominal surgery in London, and at the time, it was thought that my condition was non-cancerous. The surgery was successful. However, tests after the operation found cancer.
All right, anyways, so she's blinking literally at a 30 per 30 seconds, so once every second. Yeah, and her eyes are a bit weird. And there's more anomalies at the link there for That's Life But Not As You Know It. Another thing I want to bring up, so Kate Middleton blinking every second. Also, Kate Middleton's abdominal surgery and video, deepfake video saying they found cancer equals Rosemary's Baby. So the reason is, the interesting part, if you ever seen that movie, what is that movie called? Yeah, Rosemary's Baby. It's literally about like this couple that she has a kid, but then she realizes that all her friends are Satanists, and then they take the baby, and it was actually the devil's baby. So they use the ritual to form the baby, and then they take it from her. So let's see what the cancer. Let's see what she wrote here. Okay, so her health. So Kate Middleton, so Kensington Palace announced on January 17th that Catherine had undergone a planned abdominal surgery for an undisclosed medical condition that was not cancer. After she had been admitted to the London clinic the previous day, she postponed all of her public engagements and duties until after Easter that year. The subsequent speculation about Catherine's absence and health prompted various conspiracy theories. Various conspiracy theories and attracted extensive media attention. Catherine announced on March 22nd through a video on 322, so a video message filmed by BBC Studios, that post-operative tests had found cancer, and the palace said she had been undergoing chemotherapy since late February. So if my theory is correct, that it was a Rosemary Baby, they had a ritual, and then so they took her baby after that ritual, and then she has cancer from in that abdominal area. Afterwards, from like loss of baby, GNMs, like German New Medicine, Mama Jump, if that, yes, German New Medicine. So she has trauma from the baby being stolen. I mean, that's just a conspiracy theory. That's my conspiracy theory. All right. Next setup here. There's that video. That video is pretty ridiculous. So rare footage of first plane. Okay, so now we're gonna get into the plane stuff. So here's rare footage of the first plane. I put this on. Let's go on my Telegram instead of that view. Rare footage. So rare footage of the first plane. This is not a. Someone edited this, but okay. Look what this one is. Oh my god! Whoops! I hate it so much. Oh my god! All right, so Actually, I'll play it on the YouTube one. So the YouTube one, this person posted this, let's see, years ago. It has 6.3 million views. This person has 626 subscribers 16 years ago on March 9th, 2008. And all he wrote is, watch this. And it's a 9/11 WTC first plane impact. Oh my god! Oh my god! It's also, there's a spire there. So he's in the south tower. That's actually the north tower. So this is actually the wrong one, I think. I think it's supposed to be the second tower. Actually, where is he actually? Never mind. This is the first plane actually. Yeah, that was the first plane. But then we zoom in, the graphics get better. So he has like his own space. Anyways, and this guy's favorite video is on YouTube. The bad CGI with plane hitting the wrong tower on the wrong side. I think it was the right tower though. And horrible voice acting. The camera zooming in on the pilot, and enhancing the image like it's Blade Runner. The house theme playing in the background, and description saying watch it. Anyways, that's pretty interesting. Pretty funny stuff there. Okay, the next one is... Okay, so Eyes is Watching includes 9/11 plane wing disappearing footage in his latest pod. So if you go to his latest pod, there, I have it there, but I'll put Eyes is Watching here. So that's the thing, the links, I try to put everything on Telegram, so it's super quick. There's no other platform that I find that's this quick at sorting out stuff. So anyway, so Eyes Watching is actually my cousin. He included my my comparison test of the enhanced and not enhanced versions. Oh, Larry Lyons said, don't forget you're muted. I'm not muted right now. I'm talking. Okay, so it's faking me out. Prince of Wales hasn't. Anyways. Oh, so Pam, another donation right here. But she wore the Rosemary's Baby dress when she presented Louis. Could be a clue. Oh, my goodness. No way. No way. Pam running with the super chat and intel drop. Kate Middleton. Rosemary's Baby dress. No way. No, this is unreal. Okay. All right. Oh, we're done. Okay, this is we're done. This is it, guys. This is the Rosemary's Baby one. Okay, we're done. Oh my goodness, we just cracked it. We cracked it. Okay, we're done, guys. We can go home now. It's over. Let's go share this article. All right, we're done, guys. We've officially solved it. Rosemary's. And the baby. Okay. It's official. All right, we're done, guys. Okay, Timothy Sullivan's WT8. Let's go. Okay, guys, we're done. We're just go home, everyone. And also, I talked about Rosemary's Baby. Okay, I'm still like flabbergasted. That's a word of the day, guys. Okay, Paulo's cash monies. $2. Let's go, guys. Let's throw some cash, guys. We just solved it thanks to Pam. Literally just solved it thanks to her help. All right, and then also Rosemary's Baby. Here's another thing I posted right here. So Rosemary's Baby. What's interesting is, if you've seen my first conspiracy video I ever did was actually, yeah, so the first conspiracy I ever did was on January 6th, the Jan 6th, right, Mama Jumbo. I said, you knew all about this. No, the Rosemary's Baby. I didn't know about the imagery. But anyways, the first conspiracy I ever made was on January 6th, 2012. And this was on pi being wrong, and that the actual pi, it should be instead tau. And this is a logo for tau, it's 1. And that pi is actually, this is too small. 3.14 should actually be 6.28. So today, March 14th, this was on March 14th, or 3/14, is Pi Day, which is wrong. Instead, should be moved to June 28th, or 6/28, which is right, and should be called Tau Day, and you can see the links to it, and so on. Interestingly, this was the first conspiracy I made back in January 6, 2012. For example, 360 degrees is just 1 tau instead of 2 pi. So, for example, if you know about radians, so in using pi... using pi, it's going to be 360 degrees. To go a full thing around a circle, you get 2 pi. So pi is 180 degrees, and then do a second one. But tau is just once. Literally, it's just once. So this is tau. There's a tau logo and the tau symbol, and so on. And it's 628. And then, for example, 360. And also, you can learn about by reading this tau manifesto. I'm going to put this right here. Oh, Paul Laeven. All right, let's join this. So we're having a bunch of people joining the show right as we crack the code of Rosemary's Baby. All right, that's pretty wild. Okay, furthermore, Rosemary's Baby, aka Satan's Child. Yeah, then another thing. So the numbers 6 and 28 are the only perfect numbers. I forgot to edit right here. Only perfect numbers below, I think 100. Yeah, yeah, below 100. So below 100, if you see the perfect number, so 6 and 28 are the only perfect numbers, and the way it's perfect is if you take its prime numbers that make up to it, so 1, 2, and 3, and add them up, you get 6. So 28, if you take it as dividers, the things that divide into it. So for example, 28 is going to be, I think it's going to be 4 times, no, this is going to be, let's see what 28 is. We'll have a look at it right here. So anyways, are the only perfect numbers in 200. So here's a perfect number. So you add these up. So things that multiply to get 6 is going to be 1, 2, and 3. And then add those up, it's going to be 6. So, and then 28 is going to be right here. Yeah, 1, 2, 4, 7. The next perfect number is right here. All the stuff that can multiply it here. So you can go 2 times 14 is 28. You could also go 7 times 4 is 28. And each one is 1. And 1, you have 1 always there. You could multiply 1 by any of those, and you get 28. Yeah, and so whatever 1 is, 1 times, for example, 1 times 2 times 14 is 28. 1 times 4 times 7 is 20. So you take all the stuff that you can multiply it in, and then you sum it up, it's 28. And it equals itself. And if you see the video here, this is from that Veritasium, the only one that you could sum it up that equals to it, a perfect number 6 and 28 within 100. All right, going further, Rosemary's Baby, aka Satan's Child, was born on June 28. So in Rosemary's Baby, 1968, Rosemary's Baby is born on June 1966. Yeah, 1966. In other words, 666, which is numerically 66. And the baby is due on Tuesday, June 28th. And June 20th is Elon Musk's birthday. Elon Musk born June 20th. So is he the Satan's Child? Anyways. Oh, Maggie with some money here. Guys, we're having a bunch of cash money here. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for the cash, guys. We're solving real stuff, real-time stuff while I'm standing. So my knees are like almost buckling. All right, we've just cracked it. I'm still a bit flabbergasted by Rosemary's Baby dress. And then so they stole her baby, just like Rosemary's Baby. Let's see how the devils look like here. Rosemary's Baby, devil eyes. Let's see how it looks like the devil's eyes when she sees it at the end. Where's it? Okay, she looks at the baby. And he's got like, she looked at it, he's like, oh my goodness. And then she still took care of him or something. Okay, and here's the scene they're doing. Okay. Yeah, it's a bunch of satanic ritual mumbo jumbo, and this is behind the scenes stuff. So a lot of it is just rituals. It was pretty ridiculous. And there's the eyes. I think that was the eyes of the baby or something. Let's see. Yeah, there's the eyes of the baby or something. Yeah. It's pretty ridiculous. Alright, the whole movie I think is literally just a giant ritual. Yeah, it's just disturbing. Anyways. Standing all the time. Cool, yeah, rotary motion. Yeah, I'm standing right here. If it goes above like 3, yeah, so I stand. The reason I stand is so that I'll know when to quit, like when to end the live stream. Otherwise, I could do this forever. Just once you do it, you get right into it. Anyways, so going back to the eyes, okay, I got sidetracked based on the Rosemary's Baby. Go back to Eyes Watching. So I was watching a giant BitChute channel right here, and he's also my cousin. So he included this right here. He was talking about the live coverage. This is of the wreckage of what's it called? The Baltimore Bridge collapse. And then they had those crows disappearing. And he said, okay, that's pretty interesting. And then he also shows my video comparison of the Keith Lopez footage of the wing disappearing.
During the live coverage of the bridge collapse, someone recorded a moment where 2 birds just vanished. In this clip right here, disappeared quicker than one of the plane's wings that hit the Twin Towers. Remember that? Weird, right? Now back to this bridge collapse, someone recorded a moment.
So just look out here.
Where 2 birds just vanished.
Okay, there's the birds, and they're gonna disappear.
In this clip right here, disappeared quicker than one of the plane's wings that hit the Twin Towers. Remember that? Weird, right?
Yeah, so that's epic. That's the Keith Lopez one. That's epic stuff. And Matthew, if we're doing the royals, you have to get the Princess Diana's biological father, James Goldsmith. All right, so Timmy Sullivan's got everybody down, all the names and stuff like that. All right, and let's just power through here. It's 24. Okay, I wanted to power through. So we'll power through here. The stuff we don't, I'll move it to the other stuff. All right, so the next one here is, okay, so this one here, a friend of the thing that a guy named Black in the last live stream was talking about the anti-gravity debris on 9/11, and then he showed us here, So that adds another. And he was talking about it. Yeah, and then he's showing me some links, and then I look at it. He says, right here is Lowe's man 9/11 plane. So right here, go to clip 137. It's a close shot of the tower. Now, when you watch the top section fall and that face disappears into the cloud and then reappears as a frothing skeleton of what used to be, watch the small debris that comes off of it. So watch the small debris that comes off of it and hangs in the air. The rest falls. You are looking at the fragments that fly off of that skeleton face. One specific piece leaves a clear white trail that falls straight down. You'd be forgiven for thinking it's the gust of wind from the falling, but if you find the section and watch from other angles, you'll see what I mean, right angles, etc. And it's 137 of this video. So what I did was I just took it. So let's go to 137. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you sent me that epic stuff about the birds. Yeah, but that's the thing with 9/11. The planes one, I avoided doing stuff on the planes until I seen enough footage of it. Also, because like relative to 9/11, 9/11 you literally have before and after photos. That's it. All you need. The plane one, because you're dealing with optical effects, reflections. You're dealing with fast motion. All you have is a few seconds of it, and it's nothing's there after. So you're like comparing. Nothing in terms of like. There's hard to see a before and after of that actual impact zone because the building's gone. And also the footage, there's only like short clips. That's why I needed a whole bunch before I can finally start doing these videos. So that's why the crow disappearing, I need a bit more than just that. And also that's after the collapse. That was when they're just looking at it afterwards. It wasn't during. So anyways, it's at 137. So once this falls, you're going to see some debris that hovers in the air. Okay, and it's here, so it's hovering, and then they fall straight down. So that is pretty interesting. I do give it that. So then so what I did was, so I did right here, I made a slow motion hashtag anti-gravity. Okay, so I'll put a link to it right here. Copy message link. That's why I follow my Telegram. Debris anti-gravity. Okay, so right here, and this, and we'll go back here. Okay, this should be always here. Actually, this should be here always, and yeah, so right here. And I do some zooming and see some closer looks.
Holy shit! What happened? Oh my god! The whole thing! Oh my god! The World Trade Center just fell.
I go back. Okay, so now I zoom in here. So there's the stuff right here. These are big chunks and they just fall straight down. And yeah, so this is very interesting. So large objects hang in the air before falling vertically down. So you have a bunch of large objects, and then they just fall straight down instead of moving around. As the building's going down, these are just hanging in there for some reason. And you would assume these are all like each one's like a ton or something if they're like steel or aluminum cladding or whatnot. At swim two birds. All right. Yeah, epic stuff. Matthew, if you're looking at royals. Okay, so yeah, royal stuff. Well, you can also say the biological father is actually Lucifer. Okay, so that's interesting. Luke Roshen footage. Yeah, and also if you ever see my stuff, I'm trying to power through all 69 footage of this. Original. Okay, so I have original. So far I've done I think 20 of these. I find all the original plane footage, or the whatever object footage it is, and then done some editing. And then one of the latest ones actually, this is but the orbs one. We'll follow the thing first. Okay, so that's the next one. Strange orbs and mystery plane during second plane impact, and so this was I put the and right there. Okay, that's gonna be right here. This is whoops, copy, message link, and obviously argument will be air pressure for keeping aloft. Well, the air pressure. The thing is, all the stuff's moving downwards. So in other words, you're literally like dragging all the air away from that. All the stuff that goes down, you're gonna have a less air pressure at the bottom. So it should be going down faster, in my opinion. So like faster air has less pressure. So if you have faster air, things moving. If you move something underneath it, it should have less pressure to go down faster. So in other words, the air pressure should make it go down faster, not slower. Because you have a whole giant chunk, like literally ginormous tons underneath falling. It should be sucking it downwards and not hanging. So that's the thing. The air pressure is on the opposite side. It's actually further. Okay, this is links right here. Strange white. Okay, so now that's strange white orbs. Yeah, I ran that too. So first the comment. Orbs. Okay, so strange orbs around mystery plane, and another part of orbs. Yeah, I also try to find the original stuff and do some other stuff here. Anyway, so this is this comment right here. This is a recent one. So Matt Galter, this is going to sound even crazier, but there are clear videos of many classic orb-shaped UFO all over the place in almost all 9/11 footage, even CNN's if you look close enough. There's also I looked years ago, a video of an eyewitness who very credibly, based on body language and visual recall, I can see occurring as he's reliving this crazy moment, reports, I think it was a she maybe, revealing a UFO plain as day right in front of him, fairly close on 9/11 while the BS was going on. What's extra crazy is UFOs are visible in live footage everywhere, all over the place. But I think we might be talking about a different one, but I'll try to find that witness. What's crazy is the UFOs are visible in live footage everywhere, all over the place, hence all over the tremendous amount of 9/11 footage. Ashley Forbes info, Realtek Mast. Which is Ashley Forbes? No, not Ashley Forbes. Orbs linked to Ashley Forbes. This info, and this is all separate from it. Strange white. Oh, anyways. Going right here. Reports seeing UFO plain as day right in front of him, fairly close on 9/11 while all the BS was going on. What's extra crazy is the UFOs are visible in live footage everywhere, all over the place, hence all over the tremendous amount of live 9/11 footage as well. The orbs move weird, leaving some visual exhaust or some kind of trails at times, sometimes glowing, sometimes not. I think Reality Access had a bit of a clips of those. It was pretty interesting. Especially chilling are the shots showing these UFOs flying right next to or along with, but off to the side a bit, maybe depending on clip and angle, the alleged quote planes. Exactly when both planes allegedly impacted buildings. Don't believe me? Go search YouTube and see for yourself. But I think YouTube hides them much more. So there's another part. You should also make sure to get the stuff all concise and send it over, and with the links and everything, because this is important info. It's better than just a random comment. Don't believe me? Go search in there, anyways. But they're on there. They were definitely involved in this. I even remember seeing the original footage live that day in 9/11 of what was supposed to be a footage of one of the planes flying quite a distance right into the building, and remember thinking that doesn't look like a plane, as it was too round, appeared too hover, and had no visible wings. However, by the time the nightly news aired the same shot around 9 p.m., it looked markedly different. Suddenly had visible wings and overall looked much more plane-like. There's a lot we don't know, but noticing these things require wisdom that people just 99% do not possess. Anyways, and I said, yeah, definitely. Actually, just put together an edit, which I will show in tomorrow's live stream. This was yesterday. Also, the 9/11 Alchemy covers it too. So if you go here, and I'll put a link. Put a link there. There's pretty epic stuff there. Let's put a comma. And also, 9/11 Alchemy documentary covers it at 1:36:36 mark of the video, and I'll put a link to the timestamp of it. I'm going to save this. And then he also has some other interesting stuff. I'll read it out because this is pretty interesting. Oh, that should be interesting. I'll definitely try to tune in. Also, for incredibly detailed info on an undeniable proof of daily and constant weather modification, it's like geoengineering, cloud seeding, which you can go verify on Live Radar right now. A channel called Weather War 101 details and explains a whole insane process by simply teaching it to you. It's a mind-boggling basic process overall, but involves a nutty amount of pre-built infrastructure. WW101 explains the science behind it along the proper video evidence. FYI, this is something the government has repeatedly admitted to in writing, since as far as back in the 1970s. I do warn, seeing the whole process will forever change you, but it is mind-blowing and also 100% real and whole evil, etc. So, and here's a link to this one. And he also had another comment that's pretty interesting. Right here. I don't know why it didn't show. Okay, because oh, that should be interesting. I think he had another one. Where's the other one? Okay, he had another one with a link to it. I could have sworn he had one. That has a link to it. But anyways, it might be in the... I'll just try to find it. Anyway, so we have the link to those stuff there. I just wanted to go over this because it was a pretty interesting comment there. See if it shows up here. Okay, there's another comment. Okay, MES, here's radar proof of them manufacturing the hurricane on 9/11. A storm they created off the coast of Africa, like they do almost all hurricanes, proving Dr. Wood's theory that it was used in the attack. Okay, I'm going to put weather control. I'm going to put this in the next live stream. This one right here. Weather control. Okay, save that for another day. Let's see what the link was. Okay, manufactured storm. Okay, weather 101. Okay, this is another one showing that it's manufactured. Does this guy talk about 9/11 though? Okay, no Judy Wood. Okay, so that's a weird thing. If you're talking about Hurricane Aaron, you talk about Judy Wood. Otherwise, what are you doing? All right, okay, so now we're going back to the orbs. 9/11 Alchemy. If you go to 9/11 Alchemy, and this is it has my 1 million views video. The flying saucer sighting on Mark Collins. Okay, flying saucer one. That's interesting. Yeah, it looks like the orb stuff. And I put timestamps here because someone asked me, so I took like literally 3-4 hours adding timestamps to everything. So 136, we have shiny white orbs. And this person says she actually saw white angels on top of the Shanksville wreckage.
Right off the testimony of Lily.
And she said that she saw no plane wreckage. So this is an actual witness testimony on 9/11 of Shanksville.
Leonardi. When she people right off.
And I've described it a lot of times. I believe hot butter.
Most people write off the testimony of Lily Leonardi.
When she initially arrived at the crash site, she told the Associated Press that, quote, "The biggest thing for me is that there were no bodies there. I'm used to crime scenes, but this one blew me out of the water. It just looked like the ground had swallowed up the plane. That's when I started seeing these shimmery lights," she said, "and it was kind of misty, and that's when I first saw the angels there. And I didn't say anything to the guys because you can imagine if I would have said I just saw angels on the crash site, they'd have called the office and they would have said she's lost her mind, tell her to go home." So Leonardi kept what she saw to herself for nearly 2 years. Then she finally told others, including her former FBI supervisor, Kenneth McCabe. "I believe her," McCabe told AP. "I know she believes 100% that's what she saw. I know she's a sane person, so I'm not going to discount what she says she saw."
This testimony reminded me of the white orbs that I spotted in multiple videos and photographs.
I'm taking my camera out with me, and I mean, when I was in Temple Luxor in Egypt, started getting some, significant pictures of orbs, if you've come across orbs before. Energetic light bulbs. I mean, some people claim that they're reflections of dust, but
yeah.
When you closely analyse them and you see the geometric patterns that are inside the, some of the lights that you get on your photographs, they're pretty insane, really.
Mark has analyzed some of these photographs too. The orbs become
This is the one, Park Foreman one, yeah, has some orbs. I should actually zoom in on these ones.
really apparent in the Park Foreman footage.
Yeah, actually, yeah, this is the one I actually did. I got it mixed up with the thing. There's humor and everything. We just fun to, yeah. So there's a bunch of orbs. I have a slow motion of this one, and this one at the same time. There's also a plane far out in the distance. Okay, so you're gonna see some orbs right there. I'll zoom in. This is his footage. I'll show you mine, which is using the original.
I thought this was something that only I
think this is the enhanced. I might be. I'm not sure if this
looked into.
This is enhanced.
And then I realized there was a website back in 2004, based off of work by Tom Bearden involving scalar wave theory. He talked about cloaking and stealth technology, and also the case of the mysterious white orbs. Unfortunately, this website is not what it used to be. Orbboard.com is now dedicated to building in Melbourne. I dug a little bit deeper into orbs and found out some quite interesting material. Orbs are created by flashes of light reflecting off of dust particles. Obviously, there were a large amount of dust particles in the air from the North Tower. Another thing I found interesting is when you're in a movie theater and you look up at the projector, you can see dust particles trapped in the beam. I haven't tested this, but I suspect if you took a disposable camera with the flash turned on and snapped a picture, then these artifacts would probably show up in your photograph. If anyone wants to try this, please email me the results. But I suspect these orbs were showing up on lower quality cameras due to the dust particles interacting with the projection technology. These white orbs should not be mistaken for the mysterious white airplanes. There was a mysterious white airplane at the Pentagon. The mainstream tried to tell us this was the Doomsday plane, but we have similar looking planes in New York City as well.
They saw a spherical object above their apartment in between the time when the two alleged strikes occurred. So maybe it's the same drone that's projected that image of the first plane, and then it's just gone round and it's done the next one. And then Andrew said it's had time to fly to the Pentagon.
Yeah, potentially it has, because if you look at the timescales and the speed it was flying at, it did have enough time to fly fly the 200
whatever it was.
Yeah, whatever it was.
And it seems we also have these same reports in Shanksville.
Said that she had seen a small plane. She believed it's to be something like a Learjet.
When we got there, there was a plane flying up above. And he was smart. He flew straight for the sun. So you couldn't look at it and see exactly what type of plane or if it was a fighter or what it was. But, you know, we caught a glimpse of it, and as he was swinging, he was basically traveling in the same direction as the plane.
The second plane looked similar to a C-130 transport plane. It flew directly above the American Airlines jet, as if to prevent two planes from appearing on radar, and it guided the jet toward the Pentagon. Just like the two mystery planes flying by when 175 hit the South Tower. They seemed to be almost guiding the airplane. Let's not...
Wait, that's two mystery planes. 175, okay, that's interesting. So you got 1, 2, this one, I'll show you this one soon.
...to be almost guiding the airplane. Let's not forget, almost every single government agency was conducting an experiment, a simulation, or some type of training exercise that day. Some of these are very telling. I've documented all of them on my blog.
Is one of the doorways to looking at some other technology that was employed.
We also have the case of the missing wing, which shows up in numerous photos and videos.
Different missing, left one, other one's right. Depends on the, it all depends on the angle.
Mark Conlin's done a great study, and it should be noted that the sun plays a role and the backdrop. In some cases, it can appear that the wing or the tail section is disappearing on a real airplane.
Well, yeah, that's why you need many videos to confirm.
However, in the case of Flight 175, we can rule this out. Mark did a disappearing, reappearing wing study, which shows that this correlates in different videos from different angles, proving it couldn't be from the sun or the backdrop.
Yeah, and also note, but the timing of this one is a bit off. I actually made one for Mark Conlin. I'll show that soon.
I've also heard this was the result of video compression. Unfortunately, this shows up in HD quality footage. Most things in that time were filmed on tape. I've also heard the argument the wing is still visible. I would argue this does not look like a normal airplane wing. I've spoken to Richard D. Hall via email about this. If you look at this video, there's a building to the left of the screen which is very darkly lit. It's dark because the camera's pointed up towards the sky, which is bright, and the camera's used an auto exposure to reduce the brightness. In other words, it has increased the shutter speed. I suspect this camera was operating at a faster shutter speed and it caught the projection technology and mid-project, so to speak. In other words...
Yeah, that's pretty epic stuff there, yeah. I think the better quality cameras show more disappearance. That's the interesting. But also, there's many different angles show at the exact same timing. So you're going to have to say video compression at the exact same time, different angle, perfectly in sync. And so what I want to show is... So I want to show that part, but now we'll go to the orb stuff that I showed here. This one here, I uploaded this actually this morning. This is the Park Foreman one he was talking about. There's actually two original photos. One of them is they actually increased the contrast, I mean the color saturation, and it's interlaced. So this is the CNN one. So this is the actual footage, and there's the orb. So here's the Foreman, Park Foreman, State Clinton Streets. So you'll have these orbs surrounding this object. Yes, you have some orbs, and then it turns black, and it goes in, and there's a mystery plane right there. What is going on here?
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Holy shit!
And I lowered the volume of the people there speaking. Okay. So there's that mystery plane. So here's I have a slow motion now. Strange orbs surround the plane, so you got the strange orbs surrounding it. Those are just weird stuff. And some of them seem to follow it for a second, and then they pop up later. And now it just turns black. Plane turns black suddenly, literally like a black silhouette. And the other part is, yeah, so I gotta find the other plane. So there's two planes. This explains, I think we probably solved it like we just solved the Kate Middleton one. It goes in through here. Oh, Sonny G's in the house. Let's go. Alright, this goes in. And there's another orb there, if you saw that. And there's another orb just pops up on the left side for some reason. Whoops, let's go back here, I think. Okay, there's another orb on the left. It should be right there somewhere. Oh, there's another orb. I think it was something like that. But anyways, it goes in. Okay, now it starts. The orb is not. It has a reflection now. So the thing is, why didn't it have a reflection the whole time? Okay, now it glides in like it's nothing, and then there's a mystery plane right there. All right, now zoom into the mystery plane. Okay, it's the quality's a bit out there. So military plane, yeah. So and if there's two, that's a stronger suggestion about the laser the laser projection tech. Because I'll show you some cool stuff soon. Absolutely cool stuff. Yeah, guys, Lionel Version's right. Hit the like button, guys. Send a bunch of donations, super chats, and everything. And look how far this thing fires. And another interesting is remember, this is 208 feet. So in other words, Usain Bolt running for 5 seconds straight, for like 6 seconds straight, and then it hits us and going through all the steel, and then you have the interior columns, you have office equipment, a whole bunch of other stuff, aluminum cladding, you have everything that goes through, and look how fast the object ejects outwards, which I very strongly believe was planted like at the edge, and it flies over there. Before the explosion. Let's go back here. Like, look how far it launches outwards. So it goes in. Delayed explosion, and now look how far the thing goes.
Holy shit!
Yeah, yeah, perfectly all the way there. It's like hundreds of feet, way out there, or like 1,000 feet maybe. At like almost, and there's the trailing smoke or whatever. All right, so that's that stuff. And also has interlacing. That's the wings. Plane is moving fast. Has a bit of issue with the footage there, and that's interlacing. Usually the frames are a bit off. I got to learn a bit about that. But anyways, I put out all that. But anyways, there's a giant mystery plane. And there's links to everything. So I put the link to the original. You can go to the original right here. CNN is the NIST one. You can go see the number 5 there and download it and see whatever you're doing. All right, so that's the cool stuff there. I'm going to keep powering through this. The plane stuff is pretty ridiculous. Okay, so Mark Cullen has a giant Google Drive folder of all 9/11 declassified documents. He says that order is how the government ordered them when they released them. The quote team are the teams, FBI, who are investigating different elements. They did a lot of the 9/11 plane investigating. And there's also a 9/11 archive site here. All right, I think I'm getting messages somewhere. All right, yeah, but anyways, so this stuff, if you go to that link, and you go to 9/11 Commission Report, he even has a table of contents explaining what each one is. Front office, box, team 1, team 2, those are the teams, and they all have the FBI documents. And you can go see all of them here, and open up, for example, and let's just open this one here. Josh Allen, for example, 9/11 Commission debriefing, flight training, and so on, types of flights, and so on. So this is all the declassified stuff, and have a look through them. If you go through them all, let me know if you find anything, and I'll links all in the description here. And the Mark Conlon put that Google Drive there. It's pretty epic stuff there. And also the archive website is this right here. So another archive website, a whole bunch of stuff here. If you find them, anything, let me know. And all the links in the description below. Okay, quiet chat means we are glued. Well, I'm going through. I'm just ignoring the chat right now. Getting a bunch of messages. Richard Hall, David Ikes, a disinfo agent. If you can play it, pretty please. Okay, so yeah, but how long is the thing? Okay, now the version sent me a bunch of stuff. I just want to. I'm in the zone right now. A bunch of Chicago wake up truth bombs. There's David Icke information right here. How long is this one?
Sure.
Yeah, but it's
Mention.
But again, I'm not playing 20 minutes. That's the thing. But it's pretty good stuff though. Definitely play this stuff, guys. David Icke is a big disinfo agent, and the reason is because Icke was on actually
9/11, and you've mentioned evidence. Okay, so we're going to come on to that now.
I'm gonna play this part here. So he literally says it's not important to knowing what happened. What happens is that we all just form unity on something. that it wasn't the terrorists. Let's see what he says here.
Collapse. But the argument rails, and some people may be that.
For instance, 9/11. All we need to agree on about 9/11 is that it was created on purpose to provide the excuse for what has followed. That's all we need to agree on. We don't need to agree on whether this substance brought the towers down or these energy weapons. That might be interesting, but we don't need to agree on that. We don't need to argue over it. We don't need to come into conflict over it like children.
Yeah, it's madness.
All we need to agree on is the obvious. 9/11 was created as an excuse for all that's followed. Okay, got there. Let's move on.
All right. Okay, so that's David Icke going from research yourself, escape the system, whatever, think for yourself, but is shut up and wear the mask. It's similar, same thing. He's saying just shut up and trust the science. He's like, shut up and follow unity. What unity? The whole world is in unison, is in lockstep. The idea is to not be in unity, bro. Anyways, so Pound Running is the newest member of Superfan. Epic, thanks a lot. And Russell's Native says live streams are highlighted my Saturday afternoons. Epic stuff. Thank you. Thanks everybody. Yeah. So David Icke and remember D Ick, similar names like David Wilcock or whatever. They always got like D names. David Icke actually met Andrew Johnson 2 hours. He has the book. He had his book on his website and removed it. So definitely watch this. All right. So that's epic stuff there. Anyways, I have a whole bunch of stuff here. I still haven't got to the Scott Myers stuff. And a bunch of stuff there. We'll see the time. We have, I think, an hour 50 minutes. And the Scott Myers one is just, it's like a reality TV show that Casimir sent. So it's pretty epic stuff. Okay, so I'm going to continue. What is the next one? This published. Okay, so the next one here. So we went over the Scott Myers stuff. Okay, went to the strange orbs. The next Colin Giant website. Island Plains website. Witness said heard sound of missile. So this is an interesting one. So the sounds do sound like a missile type setup here. Let's go to embed here. And Witnesses also said that too. Yeah, D-Ick. Yeah, David Wilcock as well. He's catching strays right here. Whoops.
Sound. So, again...
Let's see some eyewitnesses.
We also have Don Daler on the phone, and you know he's been with us on Good Morning America for a long time. And Don, where are you and what do you know?
I'm about 4 or 5 blocks just north of the World Trade Center, and at about 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, there was a loud sound that I can only describe as it sounded like a missile, not an airplane. Then there was a loud explosion, and immediately lots of screaming out on the streets. And I don't want to cause any speculation, but that's the only way I could describe the sound, and it was definitely not the sound of a prop plane or anything like that.
And am I right? Are you a pilot?
Well, I have flown. I do not have a pilot's license. But I grew up on military bases, and I know the sound of jets, and I've been in war zones and heard those kinds of different sounds. So, again, not to cause any kind of undue speculation, but the sound itself was not of a prop plane. It was perhaps a jet, but it could have been a missile as well.
Can you give me, was it a whining sound, Don, or what?
Yes, it was a how to describe it? It was a high-pitched, but it had a whooshing sound.
They come by and they say, what happened? And you just got to say something hit the building and then something hit both buildings. Jim, I don't know whether we've confirmed that this was an aircraft, or to be more specific, some people said they thought they saw a missile. Well, I don't know how people could differentiate, but we might keep open the possibility that this was a missile attack on these buildings.
Within minutes of the attack, news teams from all over the city had their cameras trained on the World Trade Center. Therefore, the second impact was covered by almost every conceivable angle.
Now you would imagine, because you've got 50...
Alright, so it goes over that. Then I, later in the video, I put that. So just to show the witness testimony first. Missile. Whoops, that's, the wrong one here. Missile. Missile sound. A comparison between sounds of missile and the 9/11 planes. This is a comparison. So here's 9/11 versus cruise missile. How does a cruise missile sound when compared to 9/11 footage?
Can I just want to get also?
It was at this point that the relative calm of the day was shattered. Yes. It was the moment to focus on the incoming projectiles rocketing past.
Дякую, 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 дякую. Молодець, 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 молодець.
Alright. Yeah, so now I'm camera recording, and yeah, it sounds very similar to a cruise missile flying. So, even the explosion goes actually similar. Keep going. Okay, now it's back to the beginning. Okay, so I wanted to show that. The main thing, yeah, so I'm not saying it's a missile, but what I'm saying is the sounds are similar. If you close your eyes, it's a similar sound. And yeah, so projection tech or whatever to mass sound a missile. And the other thing is got to realize is multiple angles and of different angles of the camera show very similar sounds. And sound is literally just a vibration of the air. So this, I actually put a note because I was thinking about this a lot. It's just a vibration of the air. There's multiple ways of doing that. So the missile just going through it vibrating, and so sound is just air vibration, and since many people on cameras picked up the sound, it's likely not specific directional sound technology. What I mean by that is, it's not a projection of sound at like a distance. It's similar to the other that technology that I showed in my earlier one. I'll see if I can show that. And those that didn't hear it could be other reasons that likely. Basically, what I'm saying is the sound coming from whatever the object is. It's going around in just in a general direction, no specific direction. So, and then some people that didn't hear it could be from other stuff, because the main thing is it's not as loud as a real Boeing. That's the thing. So it's not a sound as it's not like it's a real Boeing. That's why you have some people say if they're near a car, the car could sound louder than the quote plane. And now we're gonna go into the 2018 Navy. Going back to that. So what I mean by not specific directional sound technology. If I go to my here, if I go sound, it's not like a this setup here. This device sends high frequency one right here. It's not like this setup where it can aim sound in a specific location. I think it was just a general location.
So,
and the reason for this one is because you have multiple sound frequencies intersecting at a specific point.
we can't hear this. It's going. I haven't turned it on yet. But only
so this kind of sound you can direct it to one person and then other people can't hear.
At high amplitudes. At low amplitudes, sound waves just travel right through each other. You may be sort of familiar with this. But at high amplitudes, you can create sound. So what happens in this apparatus is the audio sound, the sound that you're going to hear, is actually created in the beam, not here. And because it's created in the beam and it stays in the beam, we have a beam of sound. So let me demonstrate this for you. Let me turn it on. And I'm going to find the piece of music that we like. Yeah. You may not like it.
The Eagles? You like the Eagles? Yes. Okay, good.
It's not our money. It's worth the $2,000. It's not our money. Now, the sound that you're hearing is being created in this beam. It almost sounds like it's coming from your head. So let me try to scan the whole audience here so everybody gets...
Yeah, so that's like directional sound where you're going to have different frequencies that aren't audible connecting, and then you're going to hear it at that spot. So it doesn't look like a regular loudspeaker. So what I mean, but regardless, that object has similar sound profile as a missile. That's what I'm saying. And so in other words, it's not as super loud like a actual Boeing. And so now we're going to go back to the stuff here because it's pretty epic stuff here. So U.S. Navy patent on plasma laser projection, aircraft cloaking, and 2019 Pentagon plasma human speech projection. And projection mapping using lasers is amazing as well. This is actually epic stuff here. Okay, so we have a whole bunch of technology stuff here. We'll click this one. Actually, before we do that, I gotta click on this thing here. Okay, so first I'll do music. Actually, here I'll do. Okay, so here's regular thing I showed in my last live stream. So you can have plasma speakers that can play play music just by you have the electric discharges of the plasma of these Tesla coils vibrating the actual air, and you can play music when you have it when you connect it to a computer and send the electric signal accordingly. So you have plasma speakers right here. This is called a singing Tesla coil, and then they're behind a Faraday cage. It's basically steel mesh, but to prevent the electromagnetism fields hitting them. Alright, so that's playing like Darth Vader music with that. And then this other one, they have 4 connected, and they're playing AC/DC's Thunderstruck. With most of it is just the Tesla coil. Alright. So that is with the Tesla coil at that spot. But what you could also do now, as I showed here, so in 2018, the U.S. Navy filed a patent for a laser-induced plasma projection technology that can be used to project a jet's heat signature to mislead homing missile tracking systems. So you can have a source right here, visual target signature. You can have a signature target right here of a laser-induced plasma, etc. And then a missile will aim at that. So basically, visual target signature, and then you have laser-induced plasma. So you'll have it will go over to this beam actually. So visual target, it's going over to it. I think you could do projection as well. I think you could do projection of the whatever types. You could do the sound. You could do the infrared. You could also do visual as well. So you can literally project hologram into it. So I forgot about this visual as well. So you can literally project here. This is the patent, and the homing missile is like literally confused by 3 different things: visual, and you got the laser induced plasma, and you got this infrared target signature. All right. And this was in August 6, 2018. And August 6th is actually, interestingly, atomic bomb Hiroshima. Let's hear Mozart. Okay. Hiroshima atomic bomb droppings. Yeah, August 6th was was the first one. So August 6th was American bombing raids on Hiroshima was August 6th. So this patent was filed in August 6th and is about advanced holographic laser projection tech. All right, and before I show this one, the one I showed was that music. So you have the Tesla coils playing music, but you could also do it with lasers at a distance. So instead of just a Tesla coil by itself, you can also fire that laser and then intersect with another one and play sound. Or I think, intersect it to play sound at a distance. So in 2019, Pentagon demonstrated laser projected plasma balls that literally produce human speech. So and there's a video that will play this one.
Pentagon scientists have finished testing on an early weapon that can make laser plasma balls talk.
Stop, or we will be forced to fire upon you.
It's called the laser-induced plasma effect, and it's made by the Joint Non-Lethal Weapons Directorate. So what they've done is basically created a laser that can shoot out to a certain distance, and they can pipe in sound waves through it, and actually make human voice sounds and commands.
Stop, or we will be forced to fire upon you.
Now where this becomes useful is around an area where you want to keep a perimeter secure. So essentially you can shoot out this laser, you can then talk to the people on the edge of the perimeter rather than sending troops out there and tell them to get away, or you're going to shoot, or get away, or they're going to use other means to deter them. And that same laser can be used to actually target the individual and create heat through pinpricks, like microscopic pinpricks in their skin, even beneath clothing. It's extremely uncomfortable and people move out of the way almost immediately. At the same time, the exact same laser is also being used as kind of a never-ending flashbang grenade. It can basically, with a power source, it can constantly create audible effects to deter and confuse and disorient people, just like a flashbang grenade that you would have in your kit, but would only be able to flash once, maybe twice, depending on the design. Now, it's still a few years away. They just finished testing to get the audio portion through the laser in a laboratory setting this year, but they expect to have a fieldable version within the next 5 years that troops could use to protect different areas or put on mobile platforms to disperse crowds or use it in a non-lethal way in theater.
So they call it when it goes live in theater. Okay, so basically they can literally project lasers together intersecting from a distance, and the vibration creates the sound. So that could be done with the the plane object, but even just a solid thing moving through air will create sound like that. So my view is I don't think they were actually projecting sound. I think the sound is a byproduct of the object that was moving through air as fast as a missile. So the missile, a lot of the missile sound is not from the engine. It's just literally from the missile, like literally taking up the airspace, and that's it. And now this one talks about that patent, and it says this argues that it can explain the UAP or the UFO sightings, some of the ones. So that same technology can be used to project both sound and visual images of actual aircraft, and may explain some of the UFO/UAP sightings. Furthermore, in 2019, the Pentagon demonstrated laser projected plasma balls that reproduce human speech. Let's play this one.
And that's where this unusual new patent from the U.S. Navy comes in. The intent was to shift the odds even further in the favor of stealth aircraft by leveraging lasers to...
Okay, so that paused. So anyways, sometimes it does that when I have a big video. I'll just go straight into the link I do. That's why I always put links to everything. So in case a video breaks down, you could go to it. Intro, where is the... It's auto-generated.
It can't be used to thinking they found another jet to chase. So each aircraft we lost would really... U.S. Navy comes in. The intent was to shift the odds even further in the favor of stealth aircraft by leveraging lasers to produce plasma bursts that could trick inbound missiles into thinking they found another jet to chase that would actually be little more than a hologram. Now I know that sounds crazy, but it's not actually as crazy as it may seem. This technology's already been used to create, and I'm not joking here, floating laser plasma balls that can actually transmit human speech in an audible way. Now I'm going to be honest with you here. That sentence was as hard for me to wrap my head around as a writer as it probably is for you to hear. But just to prove that I'm not crazy, I'll include a link below to a video from the Military Times discussing this very technology. At the ground level, this technology is being used to develop non-lethal weapons, and even a sort of floating continuous flashbang grenade that could keep opponents in an area disoriented and limit their ability to respond. But it's the US Navy effort to use this technology to make their stealth aircraft even harder to hit that might just explain some of the craziest footage of UFOs or UAPs that we've seen in recent years. According to the Navy's own patent, the laser system could be installed on the tail of a stealth aircraft, and upon detecting an inbound missile, could literally project an infrared signature away from the aircraft that would be comparable to a moving fighter jet's exhaust, way out from the fighter itself. Multiple systems could literally project multiple aircraft, leaving inbound missiles to go after decoy plasma fighters, instead of after the actual stealth aircraft itself. These laser-induced plasma filament holograms, as researchers call them, can be projected up to hundreds of meters, depending on the laser system employed. And here's the part that might really blow your mind. They can be used to emit any wavelength of light. Now that means these systems could effectively display infrared light to fool an inbound heat-seeking missile, ultraviolet light, or even visible light. Of course, it's unlikely that this system could be used to mimic the visual cues of an actual aircraft, but it is possible to produce visible barriers between the weapon operator and the stealth aircraft emitting the laser. This system could be deployed instantly, reused throughout the mission, and can stay at a desired altitude or location in midair, all things that flares can't do. With enough aircraft equipped with these systems, or enough systems equipped on a single aircraft, this method could be used to do far more than just project jets. In the future, this approach could be part of a missile defense system employed by Navy ships, carrier strike groups, or even entire cities. Of course, it's likely that we won't see this technology lighting up the airspace over combat zones anytime soon. There may well be years of research and development left before it finds its way into operational use. After all, this patent was filed in 2018, and there's nothing that says technology has to work already before you file a patent. But nonetheless, knowing that this technology is not just theoretically viable, but already has some practical use cases, begs some really interesting questions about what exactly it is that we're seeing in some of these UFO or UAP videos. Experimental as it may be, this technology seems like a viable explanation for some of the UFO or UAP sightings that have surfaced in recent years. After all, most of the things that make these UAPs so unusual as compared to conventional explanations like military aircraft or natural phenomenon could actually be explained pretty effectively by the use of a laser-induced hologram. UAPs have been known to rapidly accelerate and decelerate faster than any aircraft we have can. They can change directions on a dime, seemingly defying the laws of physics and acting as though inertia has no effect on them. UAPs have no visible means of propulsion and have been known to even change shape. Some sightings have even included UAPs traveling into and out of the water as though the shift in medium has no effect on the craft itself. And all of that would violate the laws of physics as we know them, unless we weren't talking about a physical craft at all, but were instead talking about nothing more than a hologram. So what do you think? Could these unusual craft really be aliens from another world? Are they classified military programs? Are they nothing more than a hologram? Sound off in the comments below, and that'll do it for this week's edition of Sandbox News. Make sure you swing by Sandbox.
All right, that's pretty epic stuff. And here, let's put that bird nest guy in the timeout. He's a bit ridiculous. Yeah, so this UAP stuff, yeah, a lot of it, especially the ones that are being shown on the mainstream, could be just be hologram stuff. But obviously they have UFO tech. Going back to the other thing he mentioned about the water. Not affected by water, so it goes through water as if it's not affected.
And have been known to even change shape.
Go back here.
Some sightings have even included UAPs traveling into and out of the water as though the shift in medium has no effect on the craft itself.
And some of them go through steel like it's nothing. Let's go gliding. Original, let's see this one here. This one glides through it, yeah. So imagine the guy saying water, it breaks physics if you just glide through water, but now you're gliding through steel right here. As if it's nothing. And yeah, so do the slow motion one. Slow motion. Yeah, so gliding through water as if it's nothing. As if it's not. And you got so there's supposed to be two planes. There's one mystery there, there might be another one. It literally got into laser intersecting stuff right there, okay. Yeah, so this I put this guy in a timeout. I'll probably block him for next time he says nonsense. He's talking about focus on who done it. Why did you focus? Why doesn't he focus on who done it? This is free energy tech. Anyone that downgrades it doesn't deserve to like breathe. Anyways, going back here. Okay, so I went over the sound vibration stuff. Oh yeah, projection mapping. Okay, so projection mapping one. I'm gonna start closing a whole bunch of stuff on the right. Close tabs to the right. Okay. I'm gonna yeah, some of the stuff I'll sled going through. I'm gonna yeah. So it's like we're 2 minutes in already. Okay, Larry Lionel sent me a thing here. Get links. Thanks, Matt. Okay, so what you said? Get links. Larry, I got a message from you saying get links. Thanks, Matt. I don't know what that means on all right. So that's pretty interesting. I don't know. Is there a link anywhere? Okay, so projection mapping. Got this message here. Projection mapping with LiDAR is stunning. It's actually quite amazing. And I actually put this here. I think I have it mapping. Oh no, I have it scheduled. I have it scheduled for, I think, later today or something. I have some posts that are scheduled pretty epic stuff. Okay, the next one, the one at 6:44 is actually, I mean at 4:44, is a Tupac Shakur being a ballet dancer and having super soft hands and being a communist. Oh, okay, that's for later. But I have this one here. Okay, so projection mapping using lasers to project 3D objects. You have multiple, when you have multiple lasers shining, as if infrared light over here. And then you have this other one, high lumen projectors. You got a high light projector. You can intersect and form a literal image, a literal 3D image. Here's a background of stage like that, and you put it in the computer, and you can literally play 3D stuff on buildings. So here's this one. So this is a real thing in here. Real projection on a building at a console.
3D projection mapping is the merging of real and virtual worlds. Basically, in a nutshell, we project 3D models onto their real-life counterpart, and then magic happens. We're at a really nice point in 3D mapping. We're like in film in 1915.
This is absolutely amazing.
How do you acquire the 3D information of the building, of the landscape. We use LiDAR scan or photogrammetry. Photogrammetry is basically taking hundreds of photos of your canvas, and the software will create a 3D model of that canvas. It's all about writing the right story with the canvas you were given.
So this is pretty epic stuff. I think Russia had like a giant thingy as well, concert or whatnot. Oh yeah, so yeah, Larry, yeah, I meant if you have links to send me and it's not working, only moderators can send links right now. And yeah, so then you can get that. And another one is Matt G says he has super soft hands. Yeah, I'm not laughing at the soft hands. I'm laughing at the person pretending to be a thug, like a gangster, having soft hands. Because in other words, he never got his hands dirty. We have stuff like this in the capital of Austria every year. Yeah, epic stuff. So this is pretty much in there. Now we got some other posts right here. Anyways, follow my, and then I have the Scott Myers one later. And I schedule them just so I don't put them all at once. And all right, so we have that. I'm gonna start to power through some stuff here. Also, yeah, I'll play the whodunit. So the guy saying whodunit, I got a message from Now the Revisionist right here. So here's this image. Yeah, but he sent a link actually. Links are better because then I can share with people. Okay, whodunit, is this the 45 seconds?
Research Associate.
Okay, this is whodunit. Let's see the 45-second one. Where did it go? Now the Revisionist here. Nope. It's like everywhere. Let's play this video. Okay, can't play it on Telegram web. Okay, it's ridiculous. Let's play this.
And they also do, if you look at their website.
So who are these two military subcontractors and what do they specialize? These are the ones that did the report for NEST. ARA, Directed Energy Weapons, and then the other one.
Applied Research Associates. And they also do, if you look at their website, research into directed energy weapons systems and components.
They used to have these two photos on their website, and you can still pull them up using Wayback Machine. There's a capture in 2007, and this first one seems to display their capacity to bring about destruction of an urban setting, similar to the World Trade Center complex. The silver building in the background eerily resembles World Trade Center 3, which is the Marriott Hotel. And the beige-colored building to the right looks a lot like Building 7, which was dustifying all day long, but had smoke coming out of the windows on one face of the building only. A strange phenomenon that also seems to be depicted here. Now, in this other photo, we have the Twin Towers and Building 7 and the other World Trade Center buildings that were destroyed. They're glowing kind of orangey red in this photo, as if they're being radiated with some sort of directed energy. So there's a pretty interesting quote on their weapons development, testing, and effects page. ARA also has a current initiative to grow our non-kinetic weapons business area, including directed energy weapons and non-lethal weapons, by leveraging our broad experience base in conventional weapons and senior engineering staff with a long history supporting major government programs.
Another company that was used in the production of the World Trade Center reports was Science Applications International Corporation, SAIC. They were in charge of ground zero security, and this company also, which is a big defense contractor, does research into directed energy weapons systems. So you've got these two companies involved in producing World Trade Center technical reports. And again, what does that tell you? I leave you to draw your own conclusions.
So I'm just going to read to you a bit from Dr. Judy Wood's affidavit in opposition to defendant SAIC. The destructive process clearly seen involves pulverization on a nearly instantaneous basis, not a collapse of steel upon steel. SAIC is complicit with the NIST report in calling this a collapse. This is fraud. They know better. SAIC must be compelled to address the issues, provide documents on, and submit to depositions about the cleanup procedure evident since the beginning. From day one, the cleanup process has been consistent with the cleanup of the use of directed energy weapons. So Boeing was also listed as a cooperating organization on the NIST report, and we know that they were all Boeing planes that day. We also know that Boeing is a big manufacturer and supporter of directed energy weapons. So, yeah.
Yeah, epic stuff here. And yeah, so people saying who done it, whatever. Well, SIC, Boeing, do a class action lawsuit against these people and the government as well. But it's basically saying there's a world government going on. All right, and message you said here. So 9/11 revision lidar scans on ground zero shows you like a rebel. Then days after 9/11, the techies doing the lidar scans were keeping mum. Videos of these guys playing demo. Epic. Yeah, that'll be epic. Share those links as well. All right, and let's see what we have time in store here. Try to power through some more stuff. Okay, debris to be falling WTC, possibly the planet fuselage. No, I'll do that one later because the article that I was looking over, they just deleted it. Like literally within like a week. Not this one, the other one. Within a week, I started reading this, and it's just gone. I think because I shared it to a few people, and now it's gone. And that's like behind a like you had to log in or something. I might try to log in. Anyways, I'll save this one. Let's go debris. Debris seems to be. I'll do this for another one. I'll just highlight this and remove it. So I'll start doing this whenever I see stuff that is a bit out there. Oh no, just we're running out of time. I just want to get to other stuff. I'm gonna go through that. Okay, the next one. Missing 411. John D'Souza is asked by Dr. Judy Wood. Says planes were advanced solid sound projecting tech. Pretends to not know who Judy Wood is. Says she is a flight attendant at 3933. So there's another guy. Whenever you have someone pretending, whenever they talk about 9/11, they talk about Hurricane Aaron as being manufactured, and they talk about directed energy weapons and other stuff especially when they're talking about 9/11 as well, and they're saying that the planes weren't regular planes. So right here, yeah. So this one right here, and yeah. So then you know it's an issue. So if they don't talk about Judy Wood, they're definitely lying. Okay, so just going back to this one. I clicked it. Oh, there's missing 4.
Yes, sir.
So this one right here, the guy's name is John D'Souza. He's a retired FBI agent. Retired FBI agent. Okay, this guy. Someone's asking him about Judy Wood, and let's see what. And then this Judy Wood's interesting. He said, "What do you think about Judy Wood's book?"
What does he think? What does he think about Judy Wood's? What does he think about Judy Wood's book?
Is Judy Woods the stewardess lady? I'm sorry, flight attendant lady? Yeah, I think she was a flight attendant. But yeah, her stuff looks really amazing.
So he says, looks like a flight attendant. The stuff looks amazing. And it says Judy Woods.
Very, very amazing.
She literally has like a professor and multiple degrees and like 100 papers that she was like scholarly papers she was authored.
Yes. No, they didn't. They really didn't. And I would tell you, if you want to find out more about 9/11, read my book, The Para Investigators.
Read his book, The Para Investigators.
Para Investigators.
It's a good book. Yes, sir, in the back.
We all saw the video of the planes crashing in the building.
We all saw the video of the planes crashing in the building. How do we explain that?
We explain that with technology that is further ahead than what we understand currently. They used something that was like holograms, but that I believe also had solidity to them. They were more than just holograms. They were some kind of things that can also create sound and light and solidity of some kind. That's how I would say that's explained.
Yes.
All right. So he says, read his book. He's talking about holograms, but he's laser projected holograms with sound and light. But he says, Judy Woods is a flight attendant that has a really good info, but it doesn't say anything else about it. But to read his book instead. Absolute clown. I know. There's other guy, David Paulitis, Missing 401. I think I've seen a video about that stuff. The Missing 401 is pretty interesting stuff as well. All right. So that is that. And then another version sent, Greer. Yeah, Greer also We'll play that one later as well. I'll keep that. I just want to follow the thingy so we get in stuff. All right, it's building X thread. Ball lightning footage. Okay, let's go to the building X thread. I'll say that for later because the building was falling quietly. I just want to, because we're at 2.5 hours. I don't want to continue going. I don't think it's a hard thing. It's a real plane and they use demolition tactics. Okay, so Steve, you're just saying a bunch of stuff that it's like you haven't seen anything here. So Steve, you say that one more time, you're gonna be blocked if you just say nonsense, ignoring everything we said here. Real planes don't disappear into buildings, and towers turn to dust. So it's about it. Don't say nonsense. Okay. That's like you can tell it's like a disinfo person just in the chat, or just like a absolute clown. All right. Let's see this other stuff here. Where am I at? Missing trillions. Okay, so 2010 Space Odyssey. I'll look at these ones later. Tim Ventura, missing bolts in the plane debris, car explosions, high heat. I just want to see stuff I haven't. Okay. Yeah, so that Mystique guy, yeah, let's put a timeout for like nonsense. I'll put user in timeout for 5 minutes. Okay. Let's see, witness testimony, live stream deep dive. That's something I might do. Electromagnetic paradox. What did I add here? Okay, this is missing 411. I'm going to go through this one right here. Building X thread, ball lightning. We'll show that in another one. I'm just losing energy. Witness testimony, live stream, 9/11 plane testimony. Yeah, this is something I might do actually. I might do a deep dive on the witness testimony. My Steve Smith's 1313. Because I want to get through the Scott Myers stuff here. So this will be for the next live stream. So anyways, this is how I keep in order. Whoops. Okay, so move that there. Going back here. Okay, so missing bolts and 9/11. Yeah, so I might do this right here. Where is the testimony? Yeah, so I might do a witness testimony live stream and a 9/11 planes witness testimony. Just go full on whatever all people are saying. There's like a 7,000 page document I made. Or I combined all of them together. So W03 incoming. Alright, so again, this is ties into it, so we will show this one. Right here. Okay, NATO large military increase. So I had no idea about this for a while. And this was actually on here. So NATO's been running one of the largest military exercises in decades from January 22nd to May 31st. I'm married. May 31st. It's called Steadfast Defender 2024. It involves a simulated emerging conflict scenario against a near-peer adversary. All right, and let's play this one. This is from and I didn't see this until like a few days ago.
We today announced the kickoff of Exercise Steadfast Defender 2024, which commences next week and runs through May. Steadfast Defender 24 will be the largest NATO exercise in decades, with participation from approximately 90,000 forces from all 31 allies, plus our good partner, Sweden. The alliance will demonstrate its ability to reinforce the Euro-Atlantic area via transatlantic movement of forces from North America. This reinforcement will occur during a simulated emerging conflict scenario.
Let's see that again. Simulated emerging conflict scenario. Does that remind you of the Event 201 about the simulated the swine flu or the coronavirus? So now it's going to be a simulated emerging conflict scenario. Let's see this.
Conflict scenario against a near-peer adversary. Steadfast Defender 24 will be a clear demonstration of our unity, our strength, and our determination to protect each other, to protect, of course, our values and the rules-based international order.
All right, so again, Event 201 for World War III. Okay, World War III. Let's go gematria. Let's see. Whoops, the other one. Use mine, don't use the other. I just like the Sumerian one's only on like in the ordinal, just the basic one. Steadfast Defender. All right, 936, close enough to 666. All right, after so that was this one. This is after C. Conflict, I before E, and last after C. Okay, so we what did I? Was that me? Emerging conflict. Okay, I think that was spelled right. Anyway, World War III incoming, guys. And so we covered that. Okay, car explosions without high heat testimony. Okay, this is a cool one. So another thing, you can search on my Telegram. You can go over there and write testimony. And I have a whole like playlist of testimonies. This one right here. Okay, this one here is EMT Renee O'Carroll. They said, yes, we were trying to call. Anyways, we went down Atlantic Avenue going towards the Manhattan Bridge, and the heat was so intense, you could actually feel it while you were up on the bridge. I mean, you could feel the heat. This is 0.75 miles away, and there's unburned paper all over, but there's also reports of, there's at least photographs of toasted cars here. So likely there were toasted cars, not just moved there. Not all of them were moved. Some may have been moved, but not all. So, and there's unburned paper, so it's not conventional heat that she's feeling. So in other words, yeah, so this is conventional heat since there were millions of unburned paper between the bridge and WTC. Interestingly, near the bridge at FDR Drive is where many toasted cars were photographed. So that's one of them. I want to go to the explosions one. A testimony. Okay, this right here is another one. Alan Cook. Okay, so Alan Cook, EMT Alan Cook. He said we got to the beginning of FDR Drive by the ferry, and I guess because of the way streets channels everything, one of the fireballs or whatever, just guessing what happened here, had to have made it as far as the South Street Seaport, because what happened at the time, it seemed like an explosion was coming from there. I thought it was an explosion coming from there. That's when everybody started running towards us from the seaport, and so on. The South Seaport is right here, and he's saying he heard explosions, and there were toasted cars photographed there. So likely, literally moved it there. I-B4E, yeah, so it's Matthew. My name is, I think it's spelled I-E-W. I think it was misspelled. It was supposed to be like French. No, because I was from Iraq. My parents were we were refugees. I was as well. So they were picking a name, and it's probably misspelled from a combination of Matthew plus the French one. I think it's like EU, I-E-U. I think that's I-B4E, yeah. I-B4E except after C. Or something, I don't know. Anyways. So going back here. So this person had cars exploding. And also the other part here. There's extreme heat. Did I delete the extreme heat one? Okay, so I think it's somewhere else even further. Testimony. Let's see. Yeah, we haven't even got to that. Okay, this one right here. This one. Okay, now this is popping up extreme heat. Extreme. This is the one. Okay, this is the one I was looking for. So, World Trade Center EMT Patricia Odorovich. She said, as I was running up there, it's a North Park, it's a big grassy area. I was kept running up North Park. 2 or 3 more cars exploded on me. They weren't near any buildings at that point. They were just parked in the street. The traffic guys hadn't gotten a chance to tow anything yet, because this was all during the first hour, I guess, of this happening. So there were still cars parked in the street that were completely independent of that. 3 cars blew up on me. Stuff was being thrown. I went home all bruised, and thank God it was only bruises. I just ran into this park along with a bunch of other people, and stuff was blowing up. And then in 2006, you had an interview with this other Killtown, whatever this website or so on. So exclusive interview with Killtown Ground Zero EMT Patricia Ondrovich talks about her harrowing day at the WTC. Within minutes after the South Tower collapse, she witnessed the WTC 5 blowing up, cars exploding, and explosions inside the lobby of WT6, all while narrowly harrowing escaping with her life, etc. So she heard explosions. And then she also says here, someone asked right here, when these vehicles blew up, was it kind of like what you would see in the movies where the vehicle pops up in the air when it explodes with the fireball coming up? She said, I remember parts flying off. I think I got hit with a car door. I remember they were also on fire, but I don't specifically recall a movie type fireball, so not a regular explosion. But there was a loud bang as the door flew off one of the cars I was running past. This car just flying off. And right here, okay, going here. Do you have any idea that what was causing these vehicles to catch on fire and or explode? Was the air temperature really hot as you were running by these cars? I don't know what was causing them to blow up. I didn't know at that time that I was trying to outrun a skyscraper falling on me. But after I found out what I ran from, I figured it was the impact of the building falling and the residual effect. I'm not an engineer, so I can only guess that it probably caused. I don't remember feeling any extreme heat. So she's running past a bunch of cars exploding without like movie like fireballs, no heat. The doors is flying bots and just hit her, and she's fine. All right, going here, yeah, and she just witnessed spontaneous cars literally exploding. Anyways, I think there's some more stuff. This is why I might do like a full-on deep dive. Go through all the... and I also downloaded and I put a literally 7,000 page stuff here. There's infinite stuff there. Okay, anyways, let's continue further. Car's explosion, missing bolts and debris. Plane bolts. I'll put this for another one. I'm just gonna move things over. Anything I don't cover? Okay, Maggie says, thanks 9/11 Vision. I've been looking through your uploads on Rumble. Yes, epic stuff. He's got like the most 9/11 stuff out there. Okay, going over. Tim Ventura, Cars Explosion. Okay, Tim Ventura met John Hutchison multiple times. I'll say this for another one. And I actually asked Tim Ventura to join the live stream. This is he has a bunch of photos of John Hutchison. In fact, he met John. And let's see, Building X thread. I think did I do the Building X? Okay, I did the Building X thread. We'll do that one later. Ball lightning footage. Okay, Scott Myers. Okay, this is missing trillions. Okay, I was asked earlier, but okay, someone brought this up. I haven't looked at it yet. I'll look at it. 2001 Space Odyssey changed its name after WTC ground broke. So I was asked this. And is this true? If someone could find if this is true. Initially, it was called something else. Let's see what this person says. And I'll save this also for the next live stream. I'm just like doing some housekeeping stuff, just getting it sorted for the next one. Okay, because I've been standing forever, so I'm like losing energy. Okay, and let's see. I think I clicked it somewhere. Missing trillions. No. Okay. Oh, that's also showed here. Okay, so I scroll here. See what the person said. So someone, I think it was called something else. So someone could double check this, or I might double check it. Originally, a 2001 Space Odyssey was called Journey Beyond the Stars. In 1986, the New York Port Authorities broke ground on Twin Towers. Just after this, Kubrick changed the name of its movie to 2001 A Space Odyssey. At the very same time, Mel Brooks wrote Smart Fit Battle of Jericho. It cannot be a coincidence in any way. They're both Jewish. Alright, they both lived in the same part of the New York City at the same time. They started construction of the WTC. They had to have had the secret information knowledge of the future of that Find Out episode. Remember, you're smarter than me. All right, Randy Johnson, going ham right there. Okay, I'll keep this in here then, because we just talked about it. So, anyways, if someone could find that, verify that, so they changed the name after the ground broke, and it was missing trillions. Briefly talk about this. So, this person right here, no, thank you. So apparently there's 2.3 trillion missing. Donald Rumsfeld said, what's interesting to me is that he made his press conference. And, he said he couldn't track 2.3 trillion of its transactions. Well, it doesn't mean 2.3 is actually missing out. So when I looked at the debunking mumbo jumbo, it's just transactions. Like, for example, let's say you send someone $1,000, and then you send it back to another $1,000. That's $2,000, but it was only 1,000. If you do that 1,000 times, you have a billion. So in other words, they just weren't tracking it properly. But then I think they came back and did some stuff there. And let's see, but regardless, obviously they're going to be using, this is the mainstream debunking one, the meta one. See, missing 2.3 trillion. Well, US gets like $1 trillion per whatever. See, Donald Rumsfeld. We cannot track 2.3 trillion transactions. And they had some audits, again, government audits, mumbo jumbo. And yeah, so, but the main thing is it's transactions. So it doesn't mean 2.3 is missing. It's just 2.3 missing in transactions. So if you have $1 billion times by 1,000, so 1,000 transactions you didn't track, and you spend $1 billion each time, that's $1 trillion. But obviously they're doing some shady stuff. But the thing I wanted to bring up in this article was, this one said Pentagon wall struck was only one with hardened wall and was being renovated. So renovated. So, and we know that Flight 77 allegedly piloted by an incompetent made in aerobatic spiraling descent over Washington, affecting a 270-degree turn to strike the Pentagon from a western approach at ground level. The side, the main thing is that it's ground level. Okay, the side was striking through 5 light poles. The side was the only one with an exterior wall hardened against attack and was relatively empty with renovation continued. All right, so that's where they planted the plane parts. Okay. Okay. Good luck, Matt and Chad. Thanks for putting up with me and some of my nonsense. No, for sure. You're all good. And let's see, Odyssey's better. Okay, so now the original, you have infinite stuff on Odyssey. All right. Okay, so we went over that part, but then the other part I wanted to go through it quickly. Yeah, but then this article is from a planer though, and then he says such disinformation tactics that drilled irrelevance and fall into a. It's going back to the plane stuff here. And part of the cover-up of the Pentagon heist has been the no plane shell game. Played smartly by Rumsfeld, who most spoke that a, quote, missile had struck the Pentagon. All right. And then original no plane website is launched. Well, it was not a conventional plane. That's like fact. We're at the point I'm literally just a fact. You can say whatever you want. I need to shut my mouth up, Rotary people. I think you're wired. He might live long and praise. Digging love like this. He's deep. Okay, anyone's saying a bunch of stuff. Alright, let's see the next stuff. Okay, now we go to the Scott Myers stuff. So Scott Myers, Casimir. Here's Scott Myers' update. Casimir in the upcoming trial of Carrie Weiser. So going back to Carrie Weiser. So Scott Myers, the guy who filmed this one here. I have Scott Myers footage that I'm about to release. The slow motion, the official one. So Scott Myers is this guy here. He filmed this. His slow motion. So he had a tripod, had the camera set up for like an hour and or so, and he set this up. Yeah, Larry says, I understood the plane that hit Pentagon killed most of the auditors looking for a 2.3 trillion. I heard, yeah, maybe something like that. Yeah, that's possible as well. Again, you can kill a lot of birds with one stone. 9/11 literally does a whole bunch of a lot of money moved, just from stock market alone. Just a lot of money moved. What the military just like skyrocketed in value. Anyways, so the guy who filmed this one, Scott Myers, he apparently got murdered in 2021 by a 32-year-old Carrie Weiser that he met at a at some sort of food kitchen or something, and she apparently stabbed him, and he had it all filmed. So he filmed 9/11. He filmed his own murder, but they wouldn't show it in the trial. So he has cameras everywhere in his house. All right, and so his lawyer, before we get to the lawyer part, so his lawyer actually talked to Casimir, and then got removed. Anyway, so now also a note: trial is postponed to June 6, 2024. So 6/6/2024, and she has a heart shape. This is that's Marina Abramovich's house. And the other thing I wanted to show is arrest video. So Casimir filmed, so if you go back here, let's go camera. So Myers, who worked with video, had multiple surveillance cameras trained on the interior of a house, according to prosecutor, but the videos were password protected. It took investigators with the state police more than a year to crack the code, but even then, district attorney said that they were only able to see portions of the recording. And so apparently he recorded his death. And now, we're going to go to this part. He also reported himself getting arrested in, this is earlier. So arrested Scott Myers May 10th, 2021. And when did he die, actually? When did 2021? Okay, so he died in November 27, 2021, all in the same year. He videoed himself as getting arrested. And in his description, he has comments deleted, turned off. He was calling all the state troopers and whatever as oath keepers. Florida Sergeant Taylor's an oath keeper. I think this is even though this is a group committed to lawlessness, a group that staged their recent insurrection. So now he's connected to January 6th. And now his trial's on June 6th. His origins are the Ku Klux Klan, white supremacists. So he's calling them all out. Didn't see what he's arrested for, but let's see here. Here's all of his security cameras. This is the guy that filmed 9/11. I'm making 16x speed. So it's like a reality TV show.
God.
Okay, so we're going here. Info about the name change is correct, but the name change in 1968. Groundbreaking took for the towers in 66. Interesting. In 1968 when they... Was it 66 groundbreaking? No, I'm pretty sure 68. Groundbreaking, I'm pretty sure it's 68. Because everything's 68. I made a whole thingy about 68. 1968. No, construction started, yeah, groundbreaking was 66, but the construction started on August 6th, 1968. Never. August 6th is the Hiroshima bombing. So you got the Hiroshima, and now you got the new Hiroshima is this one. Yeah, so yeah, you're right. Construction started though in 1968. Groundbreaking construction. The 1968 is a bit bigger, I think, because it's at the same time coronavirus was mentioned in the movie we released then. Anyways, going back to. All right. Play here, continuing here.
window yelling for you. You didn't move an inch. You didn't...
So there's Scott Myers, the guy filmed everything.
Say police, you alright?
No.
Okay. I've been yelling for you, buddy. I thought you were out cold. Thought you were hurt or something.
I am.
What's the matter, man?
You're here.
Okay, alright. I've been banging on this window yelling for you. You didn't move an inch, so I came in to check on you. Are you okay?
I'm just like double
speeding.
speeding.
You okay?
No.
What's the matter? Are you sick or hurt?
Yes.
What's the matter?
My family was exposed to 9/11, and then we were fucked over by the cops.
Okay, wait. The first thing he said when they asked him, he mentioned 9/11. So if you're getting arrested 20 years after 9/11, is that the first thing? And you're known for 9/11. Let's see this.
What's the matter?
My family was exposed to 9/11.
He says, my family was exposed to 9/11. Let's play it again.
Family was exposed to 9/11, and then we were fucked over by the cops.
Alright. I'm talking about physically. Are you physically hurt or ill, buddy?
Yes.
What's the matter?
I just told you.
Okay.
Okay, so he says, are you ill? Or he says, I'm ill from basically the government from effing us over. Alright.
Alright.
I gotta watch this whole thing. This is epic.
You are going to stand up now?
Anyways, they take him, arrest him. I just want to see how they took him out. Let's see, did they actually lift him up?
No. For being a...
What do you mean?
Because I'm here to arrest you.
For being a parent after 9/11.
No. For violating order of protection.
No.
Okay, violating order protection, but he said he mentions 9/11 again.
For being a parent after 9/11.
For being a parent after 9/11. So something about 9/11 is like literally triggering him. I'm gonna go transcript. How many times did he say 9/11? Okay, this is like we're doing groundbreaking research right now, guys. 9/11. I just told you, sir, we're not discussing 9/11 right now. Okay, look, let's go back here.
I was attacked by 9/11. Would you like to see the video?
Go back.
My country attacked my family after I was attacked by 9/11. Would you like to see the video?
Sir, I just told you. We're not discussing 9/11 now.
We are discussing.
We have another issue.
Alright. Okay. If you had any doubts that he was an agent filming that or knew about 9/11 before it and set up his tripod, this removes all doubts. This is absolutely ridiculous. He's getting arrested, and he's talking about 9/11. He's saying his family got destroyed because of 9/11, arresting him for violating a court order. Okay, let's see. Go back here.
You are now going to be placed under arrest. Please come with me. Okay. You have some shoes over here.
Nazi.
And he calls him a Nazi. And
You alright?
No, I'm not.
I was going to help you.
I don't want your help.
Okay.
You're destroying my family after 9/11.
What is he talking about? Alright, okay. I'm gonna say this I need to watch the whole thing. I haven't seen it. I'm gonna go Scott Myers. I'm gonna put the whole Scott Myers update for next week or next week 2 weeks, depending on what we cover. Okay, yeah. This is absolutely ridiculous. I did not know it was this ridiculous. Okay, and then postponed, and then also they all live nearby Marina Abramovich's. So they all live nearby there. So they got the date moved right here. Yeah, why does he? Maggie says I'm confused. I have to go pee back now. Okay, Steven, why does he have security cameras? Well, wouldn't you if you were like scared that someone's gonna find out that you were an agent or not? Yeah, why did the security cameras? Well, he's also security. Okay, so it's moved over. Okay, so we got this guy keeping track. Casimir's literally on track. MK Ultra damage. Okay, that's just absolutely ridiculous. Okay, I'm gonna read the lawyer. So the lawyer of that Kerry Weiser, the one that's allegedly killed him with like apparently one stab wound. Yeah, with one stab wound killed him apparently. And the security cameras everywhere. And then let's see, but they didn't show. They're not showing anything. So Larry Lino says I'm lost here. Yeah, I'm lost too. I gotta look into it. Okay, so we're gonna look right here. Okay, this guy runs it. Okay, yeah. Elverson has a good comment. We live in an upside down world right now, and people do weird shit these days. Luckily, this dude isn't running around in a furry suit. Well, that is true. That's at least one positive. So in the upcoming trial, Kerry Weiser did one of Facebook's friends, Aster Vanderment III, okay, is a fake name, Casimir made, become part of the story. He unknowingly had a conversation with a new friend there who turned out to be Kerry's attorney. That attorney would have then heard a bit about Scott Myers plus holographic projection technology. And now Kerry has new attorneys. Well, here are some screenshots of AV3's fresh epiphany. Oh, and that last one is of Mr. Howard running for Columbia County Attorney. They're on a day last year when black man spy Malcolm Nance was stomping him with uniform. All right, bunch of names. Okay, developments in this and the said to be impending trial of the said to be Kerry Weiser for the quote murder of the quote accidental 9/11 WTC cameraman Scott Myers. Some kerfuffle over a new DNA technology. Trust of science. Kerry Weiser has new lawyers. Gets to replace our local Democrat Hudson, medical malpractice lawyer Michael Howard, and the Vandermints have to wonder if Mr. Howard's departure has anything to do with the exchanges here with me. Asked her, and so once he talked to him afterwards, he didn't become a lawyer. You see, Mr. Howard sent me a friend request here, so I accepted and invited him into our Gossips of Kinderdorp group. I hadn't remember Weiser's attorney's name, and so I didn't know at the time that it might be Mr. Howard. So when Mr. Howard sent me a private message here saying he and a friend were wondering if they knew me, I innocently told them they didn't. And I explained the big picture of why I chose to try to stay incognito here. Not so long after, I'd noticed I'd lost a member of the Gossips crew, and now I see that Mr. Howard has blocked me. And I see our messages to one another have been removed from Facebook Messenger. Wow, when you get blocked, all your messages are gone too. So make sure to save someone's message before you get blocked. Okay, well, I've been saving. Okay, Bigfoot is real. Yeah, no, Bigfoot is real. I think definitely not. So Bigfoot's real. Yeah, the Earth is a pear-shaped. Anyways, not so long after I noticed I lost a member of Gossip. Yeah, blocked me, and I see her messages gone. But I have the content from my last response to him, and I will include it in 2 images here below. Did Howard back out of the Greene County Court when he came to know it was a show? Did he learn Weiser's involvement with holographic projection technology here in the Gossips crew? I don't know. Stay tuned. The world is holding a string here that could pull down the entire September 11 narrative. And look, here's a photo of candidate Howard with that foe of ISIS and Navy cryptologist black man spy Malcolm Nance. Another coincidence. Anyways, let's read the comments. This is apparently from the lawyer, or the previous lawyer of Kerry Weiser, messaging Casimir Rules on Facebook before he blocked him. Well, I don't know you both. I'll bet you I would like to. I'm going to stay. Oh no, this is actually Kerry. This is Casimir saying it to him. I'll see the other message that he said to him. But is the message gone? Oh, it's a message you sent. Okay, so this is a message you sent. If you have messages that he sent, that would have been cool. I'm going to stay incognito. I'm kind of a sort of an 9/11 survivor. I was nearby, got evacuated, wanted to displace and dusty. Now that makes me so special. It was an act of human. It was an attack on human consciousness, as Dr. Dewood says. So we were all banged around by the day. Anyway, I had a few intuitions that people I knew long ago might have been running a psychological operation, a very grand one. And so, anyways, you can read that. It's a whole bunch of reading ones. But if you have messages directly from the Howard guy, that would have been epic. All right. Well, I've been saving your content. Anyways, I'm losing energies, and let's say, so basically we solved 9/11. We got the 2 lasers projecting from 2 planes, and we solved Kate Middleton. She was Rosemary's Baby, and let's see what else we got before we end this. JFK driver shooting. I'll save this for another one. Okay. Heart-shaped house. I'm gonna close these to the right. I'm just losing energy. We'll cover a lot of the stuff in another live stream. So these are people in our neighborhood. Sets for artist Marina Abramovich's lifestyle. This is actually Marina Abramovich's house. She has like a weird star-shaped house for her rituals and so on. While she goes gets some hummus for her spirit cooking dinner at the grocery store. JFK driver shooting. I'm gonna skip all these. Okay, I'm gonna skip all these. Tweeted they were without money. ChatGPT on this. Contagion one. Okay, Thomas Bearden. This is a bunch of notes here. I'm gonna keep this here if you want to look at it and see that. And now I'm going to go over the last part. I'm going to just end it, guys. I'm losing energy. I have that video of that another version of Stephen Greer. How long was this? As long as it's not too long, I'll play it soon. I'll play that. Okay, I'll open all the stuff to play, and then we'll go. So, Kerry Ventura, plot twist. I'm going to open this. Hillary Clinton, cold chai. Joe Rogan is a Satanist. Aston Forrest fake Jim Fetzer, Jabba the Hutt, and so on. And MES game-winning goal. Okay, so we have a bunch of stuff here. I'll do a screenshot. Actually, we'll keep that open. Okay, so anyways, we'll do one at a time. So I'm going to play this Stephen Greer one. So he was asked about 9/11, and he says that he wouldn't look at it or some nonsense like that.
I have looked at it. You know, I have bigger fish to fry. 9/11. I have looked at it. You know, I have bigger fish to fry.
Bigger fish to fry than 9/11.
9/11 was terrible. We lost 3,000 people. It led to 2 huge wars and trillions of dollars.
It's quiet.
I will tell you this.
And he smiled.
I'm not-
Look at his right. Look at his cheek here. His right one there. In his mouth thingy, he just smiles right when he says, "I will tell you this." See this?
You this.
And then he smiles. Okay, there's a duping delight. Let's go here.
I will tell you this.
Okay, so he's lying. He's gonna be.
I'm not going to get into specifics. I mentioned
his arms. Yeah, he's whenever you have a weird guy like supposed to be a alien science guy, and all of a sudden he's like jacked or whatever. For some reason, it means he's getting his content from someone else.
Gentleman named Richard Foch.
While he's working out, he's getting his content from somewhere else.
Third highest guy, Richard Foch, at the Naval Research Labs. He was in meetings with the then Vice President of the United States, Cheney. And he said, absolutely, it was known about in advance, and there was involvement at that level. And he told me, and I have witnesses, multiple witnesses to this, that if he were to speak of this, now he's passed away, that he, his wife, his children, and his grandchildren would all be killed. That's all I'm going to say on the 9/11 issue. But there is a lot to that story. I've never shared publicly what I just said, but the man has passed away. So it's not hard to, and I think most people get into these grand conspiracy theories. Basically, all you have to do is stand down. There's constant threat. There is terrorism out there. And you don't even have to hoax an event in that case. You just have to stand down the systems that would have intercepted it. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like when you're doing a code blue, boom, clear. You say clear before you do the electric shock. So you just clear the system, let it come in and hit. Now, what I think happened on 9/11 is more like what I just described. And I have very good reason to believe that, because someone of that integrity and rank had a front row seat and knew about it. And I've never spoken of this before right now, but I think that it's disturbing, it's enraging, but it's a minor rounding error compared to what's coming if we don't end this cartel's hegemony on the secrecy related to UFOs, ETs, what have you. 9/11 is going to be a very minor blip on the screen. So that's my warning to people. You can take it or not, but I've known what you just asked about since it happened. My whole security team lit up like you wouldn't believe when that happened.
All right, so security team. So if someone has a security team, has security cameras all over their house, you know, they're a bunch of agents. Scott Myers, this guy. And the duping delight. So it had a 2-minute response instead of just saying, well, obviously 9/11, the towers turned to us. I think they're literally specifically asked about directed energy weapons. The person that was asking specifically about directed energy weapons. And then he just says a whole bunch of stuff saying that people will get killed. Dick Cheney was there. Something else about, so like, it's going to be a small blimp and what's going to happen. In other words, he has a script for COVID and all this stuff. So he has a script, that's why and he's also hanging out with Clinton. Let's see, what's his name? Greer. I have a whole thing on Greer. So this is where I stand, because I can keep going on and on forever. Greer. So also here, disinfo agent Stephen Greer says he was offered $2 billion to keep quiet about UFOs.
General Albert Stubblebine III, Burt, who had been head of special forces and Army intelligence, he intercepted me after we had this major contact event out in Florida and near Pensacola. And he subsequently, about a month later, personally offered me $2 billion to not pursue what I was doing and become part of his team.
All right. $2 billion to sign a free agent in a disinfo, UFO, whatever he's pushing. Anyways, Ride the Liker, thanks for the donation, epic stuff. And okay, so we got that. And so my knees are actually I'm getting pretty like used to standing. So here's some of the stuff. Jesse Ventura. We're gonna play this and then see what we get to. I'm gonna keep playing these ones. A lot of these are pretty epic. Okay, this one, Jesse Ventura played on this is whoops. Okay, play Jesse Ventura right here.
Did you know it's easier to buy a gun in Texas than vote?
Yeah, that's insane.
And now this latest thing. What was the latest thing that crazy governor? Oh, he's now the governor is now overruling mask mandates.
Yeah.
In other words, no one in Texas can make you wear a mask. And by the way, I love the mask.
Right.
You know why? I wrote an op-ed piece. It gave me freedom.
Yeah.
I can go in the store now. Yeah. Nobody bothers me. And if I keep my mouth shut, nobody does. And I don't have to talk to people that I probably didn't want to talk to anyway.
Yeah.
I got people criticizing me now saying I've sold out because I got vaccinated. What a crock of crap. I sold out because I want to live. Right. And I look at the statistics, and when 99% of the vaccine people live and only 1% die, I'm going on the 99 side, people.
All right. Okay, this is ridiculous, yeah. So now the version says Ventura's old, scared of dying. Well, he was also part of a documentary where he did not just direct energy weapons, but he also about a killer virus that's being duped on people to get a vaccine. So in other words, he literally had a video, a documentary that's literally mimicking COVID. But anyways, yeah. So definitely something else. I think it might be a clone or something, or is MK Ultra worded off. So that's pretty interesting. Anyways, another person out there is Nos. Nice. Guns should be easy to get, should be easy to vote. All right. Let's see. Okay, the next one. Okay, this one here. So Hillary Clinton. So she was getting feeling the effects of delicious cold chai. This ain't MK Ultra, guys. This is cold chai. Actually, I'll put the I'll go to here. Cold chai. If you go in my Telegram and go chai or cold chai. So throwback when Hillary Clinton got brain freeze from delicious cold chai. All right, and then it keeps going here. Wait, go back here.
Wonderful. It was a wonderful, meaningful endorsement in every way, and I was very proud to have it.
Look at her face here. This one.
Presidential possibilities with Senator Warren.
You guys have got to try the cold chai.
Guys, you have to try the cold chai, guys.
You guys have got to try the cold chai.
I've had it.
It is delicious, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, the slow motion right here. You gotta try the cold chai. Look at her, she's just freaking out. Alright, let's see some more stuff here. And here's her falling earlier. But anyways, that's her falling. And now this was on 9/11 of all days, where I think it's like a clone. They just tossed her in a dark van. Oh, what was that? Is she trying? No, she had cold chai, and then they just tossed her in. Wait, look, they just tossed her dead body in there. All right. This guy's waiting. So if you have a security team, something's up. Yeah. Okay.
You guys have got to try the
cold chai.
I've had it.
All right, try that around. Yeah, that's why I had it at the end. Is just to end off on the thing. Okay. Then another one. Tupac, Satanist, Ashton Forbes is fake Professor Simon, Jim Fester, Jabba the Hutt. I just want to see things I don't want to play. And Joe Rogan's a Satanist. Check those stuff out. Some of the stuff is pretty ridiculous. Yeah, this is Joe Rogan right here. He was literally at Stanton LaVey, grandson of Church of Satan founder Anton LaVey, at his wedding in 2003. And he has a 666 crucifixion picture right here. It's like absolute photo there, and holding the devil horns and so on. And this is where they're performing a bunch of like their own satanic wedding with Mama Jumbo. And there's a Church of Satan founder's grandson. So Anton LaVey, Stanton LaVey, he went to Stanton LaVey. But he says he's not a Satanist. He said he only went there because his friend was quote, perform. I should put a quote. What in the world does performing mean at a... Was he playing music? Was he performing what? Anyways, so... That's definitely ridiculous. Okay, the next one is Tupac did ballet, and it was a communist. Let's show actually Tupac one. It's gonna drop in like 40 minutes. You can watch it there soon. So Tupac right here. I'll play this. You can play the video there too. So he studied in high school, studied acting, poetry, jazz, ballet, and performed Shakespeare's plays. And he was also upon connecting with the Baltimore Young Communist League USA, then he dated Mary Albridge or whatever, and it's some epic stuff here. Actually, yeah, we'll play that later. I'll save this for another one, because I gotta head out, guys. And I'm Tupac and Jim Fetzer. Okay, then the last one, and game-winning goal in soccer. I'll play the game-winning goal one, and Fetzer. Let's go to Fetzer. This is in the chat. Jabba the Hutt. I just put the image. Okay, so this was another one. Original put a video of the disinfo agents putting the pod stuff for the plane stuff, and then I said the first thing I did, I wrote right here. I scrolled through that video, and the first thing that shows is our good friend Jabba the Hutt. So there's Jim Fetzer, and there's Jabba the Hutt, or Fetzer Hutt. I don't know which one's what. Anyways, no disrespect to Jabba the Hutt. All right, the next one is a soccer one. Whoops, the soccer. Okay, so on this day, April 3rd, actually, yeah, a few days ago, but 2017, a throwback to it. I scored a game-winning goal in this championship soccer game, and that video editing is absolutely fire. I made this video editing. There's me. Okay, the scored right there. Let's play here. Okay, I do slow motion too. Where do I go back? Why is it not showing again? I'll play it again. That's it. Just play the whole thing. What is going on here, man? Just play it. Okay, I'll just play the on YouTube. Telegram is messed up somehow. Here's on YouTube. Oh, what a goal! My goodness. There's another angle too, look at that. Yeah, enhanced. It's another angle. Alright, and there's there's this championship. So there's me right there, championship. And actually, 3 years before that, I won another championship with another game-winning goal. I actually put it on my YouTube channel. I'll go play this one quick. That's what I mean. Once I keep going, I can't stop. Goal. So this is another one. 2 years before that, I scored this amazing game winner. And it's also caught on camera. The championship games are usually videotape. Okay, there's this one. Let's play 720p. It was a free kick. It's tied 1-1. I scored the previous one as well. It was a penalty kick. So right here. So I shoot here. He blocks it and then go left foot right here. Let's go, baby. Okay, let's go. That's championship all day. And they got replays too. I didn't add any editing. They did it themselves. Behind the camera. Behind the goalie. Alright. Alright. Score to the left foot there. Let's go, baby. Okay, that's all, guys. I am done. I'll put some of the other stuff in the other stream and so on. Rotary Motion says you need to stop. Alright, just showing off now. Okay, I should have a game. I was supposed to have a game tomorrow, but my men's league ended for this season. But then I usually play co-eds as well. There's a trans woman. I usually play co-eds as well, but my friend actually forgot to sign up. Now that it's full, so I gotta wait till summer. Anyways, that is all, guys. That's all. Anything else? Thanks for joining. I'll put it here. Thanks for joining. Thanks for the super chat, everybody. I think you could see the. Yeah, you can see this is top chat, live chat, and you can also see fan funding. See, here's all the fan funding, guys, and then yeah, so I'll do this more often. So here's all the people that donated, became super fan. Thanks for Pam for being a super fan. Epic stuff. And here's live chat. Thanks everybody. Have a good day. Have a great weekend, guys. All right, I'm out. Ending live stream in 3. Okay, special person. All right, that's multiple ways. Yeah, thank you anyways, guys. Have a good one. See you, Tim. And 3, 2, 1, end.